Okay.
And fuck it, we'll just find out live if something's
Yeah.
broken. Because that's how
Okay.
the professionals do it. You push
That's
to
how they do it.
prod, and then you bug test. Obviously. Welcome to the stream.
Just call it early access.
Yes, this is the early access version of the stream. Phase 1 is early access. Phase 2 is active support. And phase 3 is the part where I'm trying to milk you for more money, but I've already moved on to the next project.
Wow.
Amabel Holland. Fucking get your shit together.
It is.
Control yourself, bitch. So,
I am the most controlled bitch that there is.
well, now that sounds like I'm doing something wrong and bad. Are we? Oh, yeah, no, that's the wrong capture. I'm glad that I checked. There we go. That's the correct dimensions of my screen. Okay, welcome to the bazaar, y'all, vodfolk and others. Should there be anyone here by now? We're doing a bazaar run because I felt like it. People have asked for it. It's like the one thing that people have explicitly asked me for is more bazaar on stream. So that's what we're doing. In today's run, I would love to buy 5 items that cost 10 or more, gain 20. Oh, well, okay, this is not happening. Gain 20 levels is just not a thing that can happen in one game. Sometimes they give you a quest that's just like, this would take 2 runs to do. I'm going to re-roll this one. Earn 80 gold. 80 gold can happen. So buy 5 items that cost 10 or more, buy 20 items that cost 10 or less. All right. We will buy and earn 80 gold in doing. That's really a thing we could do with anybody. And I do tend to enjoy random runs. So let's I can put it up to a vote. There's like 3 people in chat right now. This is the problem with Bazaar is phase 1. So nobody's here yet. So we're doing it random.
4 hands isn't enough.
All right, sounds like we got Jules. Jules is fun. There's a lot of different gameplay available with Jules. Hello, welcome to the Jules.
Gonna make me hungry.
No one was ever safe.
So we got our stove here. And at this point, people are fairly familiar with the bazaar. Let's get ourselves some starting items.
Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
So with this instant noodles, we really want to pick up a medium-sized tool. Unfortunately, we are currently shopping at the small items vendor, so we will not be finding one right here.
Be remorseless.
This potato. What else do I want to grab from this starting vendor? Yeah, let's grab enough items to fill the board. The hot sauce here wants to be between two food/tool typed items, so just tuck it in between the baked potato and the instant noodles.
I've never seen you hesitate so long before grabbing a potato. Are you okay?
They're delicious, Annabelle. I don't know what to tell you. We're gonna have a picnic lunch with our daughter. Got a medium bronze tier food. The basket. Okay, so this is a quest item. You can see in addition to its functionalities, it has some quests on it. If we sell 8 food, it will gain crit chance. If we sell 15 food, it'll gain multicast. If we sell 30 food, it will get a considerable cooldown reduction. And I believe if we level it up, it also drops cooldown from being leveled. So if we got it all the way up to diamond tier, and we got the cooldown reduction, it would be a 3-second multicast item.
It's pretty good.
So it can get okay. It's like not a mind blower. Shield and here's the thing about shield and regen, they will not kill your opponent generally. But
you're looking for a medium item, right? Because of your.
Well, I need a medium tool. The basket is not
okay.
a tool. It is medium food. All right, first battle. We're gonna beat any of these pretty trivially. Let's go after the Kyber drone. The Kyber drone has a skill that might matter. This, whenever you slow, a weapon gains 5 combat strength. Also, in theory, we could get his weapon and maybe make something out of it.
You got your just desserts.
So welcome y'all. Welcome to the chat, or welcome to the stream. Or we're gonna remember to change it over to live chat. Okay, we got the skill. Cool.
I have, yeah. No one said anything yet, though.
Well, I mean, it's early. It's early going.
Say hello.
People are still settling in. Do not be weird. People
Chat,
are allowed
say
to
hello.
lurk. People are allowed to lurk. Lurking is a time-honored tradition, and frankly, the internet would be a better place if people would lurk more.
Finally, some space for that blunder.
All right, so you get this choice when you level up the first time, either 2 gold and a skill from Pip, or an enchanted small item. I always take the enchanted small item. That's probably not like the correct thing to do. I just love an enchantment on an item. It gives you, there's so many cool possibilities, and sometimes you can get a thing that actually will carry you through the whole run. This fiery knife sharpener, whenever you use an adjacent weapon, it gains 4 damage. When you use an adjacent burn item, it gains 1 burn. That's kind of interesting. Toxic butter. Just delicious toxic butter.
Hello,
I mean,
Tyrio. Hello, Senswin. See, my peer pressure worked.
be nice.
Is
to
it peer pressure?
It's not peer pressure. You're not their peer. There's an inherent power imbalance in us being the streamers. I think we're just gonna continue avoiding the shop. We just don't have enough money right now. Oh, I forgot. If you go into the if you do the strange mushroom encounter while you have a basket, you can add the strange mushroom to your basket. It gains 10 shielding and also 2 points of progress on all the quests. Sure, I'll do that. Do I want to put the basket in now that it's a little improved? It's still an 8-second cooldown. I guess we should play it over something because we don't have enough items to fill our board. Honestly, the potato is bad. If you don't have any, it's not even heated. It's just like a whack potato, which is a bizarre concept. So here, we'll do like this. The butter wants to be surrounded by tools and food. The hot sauce wants to be surrounded by tools and food. I would guess that we're probably going to lose this one. We just kind of don't have much of a board here on day one. It happens.
Ultimate secret. Will you get me any closer?
Although I gotta say, this guy's board is also not spectacular. What he has basically is a bunch of regen. We also have some regen, a little bit, but yeah, this is going to come down to the storm, which actually I think means we're going to win because I am generating shield on top of my HP and he's not. Well, he's getting more regen ticks than we are, though. No, it was the shield buildup from the basket was in fact the thing. What a pathetic battle. Both of us just sort of trying to heal at each other. All right. It's fine. It's a victory. Count it and let's move on. So this is our second time seeing Isla already. I don't really know that I want a weapon. Pretty much all of Jules' weapons are tools. And so we probably would be able to find a weapon here. But our board is not really very, like, weapony right now. The tools all kind of, like, lean into each other and play well together. I would much prefer to spend my money on something else. So we're going to go back to the strange mushroom to add it to our basket again. And then, like, yeah, I'm happier to see Kev's armory where we could get some, like, shield items, maybe an upgrade for our basket or something. There's a lot of items, a lot of the food items for Jules look pretty innocuous, like eggs. 1 regen, 10 shield is like, that item doesn't do anything. It takes 5 seconds to go off. But again, a lot of these just lose cooldown with every level up, with every quality increase. And while it's true that this still doesn't do anything at Diamond, it doesn't do anything every 2 seconds, which actually might be something in itself, because if it's triggering effects on your other items because you're gaining regen or shield, you know, it starts to matter a lot. As it is, we can buy stuff that we don't intend to keep and just resell it. Like eggs cost 2, and then you can resell them back for half. And that's just pushing the basket. I don't really think the 8 food threshold is all that significant, but the other thresholds are.
Okay.
The giant lollipop is here. I want to believe that this is good. I want to believe that this could be good, but I've never seen it be good in practice. It's such a weird item. Because it is, I mean, it sure is giant.
True.
I'm debating how much I want to like burn money trying to level up the basket. Again, because I don't really consider the 8 food threshold to be all that significant. I think we're gonna hold off. We're gonna look for an opportunity to get more food at once, like a gumball machine or something.
Okay.
And for right now, we're gonna go up against the Covetous Thief.
Your choice.
Covetous Thief has good loot. In particular, he has this pickpocket skill, which can be really nice if you can pull it off. It's two gold per day at least. Good thing to get early in the run. And honestly, our board's like doing okay.
Yeah.
The toxic butter is actually doing the majority of our damage.
The rookery, remember.
It does
Makes me feel-
apply 6 poison every time it goes off because of the multicast. And people who don't have a solution to poison, you know, that's a rough situation. Okay, Lickitt's not a bad place to go for some cheap food. So we'll get 5 small treats from Lickit.
Counter space.
And then we'll sell these off, so 10 max health. Crit on all of our items, another 10 max health, plus 1 shielding on all of our shielding items. I guess technically I should have waited until we were about to get in a fight to do that, because we might pick up more items that could have been affected. I do not play this game very tightly, unfortunately.
Hello, Silas. Silas says, "Oh heck yeah, I was hoping for this." So there you go.
Whoever said money can't
What do you mean?
buy
So I know people were asking for it.
I
Maybe some
know. I know.
strawberries?
You said that, but
Yeah.
we have someone in chat.
And you
I'm-
didn't. And you didn't believe me. You were like, "Nobody
I
likes
did.
this. Nobody likes this.
I
Stop
did.
it."
I did believe you. I am doing my part of the job where I look at chat
I think that suits you.
and acknowledge the things they have said and relate them to you.
A likely story. All right, so we got our basket up to 50% crit chance. It's gonna produce extra shield sometimes. It's not nothing.
Let's make this quick. I have something in the oven.
We upgraded our noodles, but we still don't have the cooldown shortened.
That's just like Dakin, the son of Wolverine, is what we're looking at right here. That's
Yeah, I would be surprised if we win this one. I think he's, again, I don't really think I have much of a board going here, and I think he has anything at all. That said, no, he's gonna get us. Yeah, because how does he have a gold black mamba already? That's crazy. To have any card up to gold quality at the end of day 2 is bananas. But like I said, a little bit of poison goes a long way in these early matches before people are prepared to deal with it. And the Black Mamba gaining 15 poison when he enrages the first time, meaning that it's dumping another 16 poison on us every 5 seconds, we're not ready for that. We are not prepared for that universe. Okay, so we got raced down there a little bit. That's probably partially I'm just like, I am not doing a good job of building for right now. I'm thinking about like what we're trying to do in the future, but it really like
Right.
it matters a lot to win every fight, because every fight you don't win is another day you have to play when the builds are getting crazier and more powerful.
Silas said.
Here's a question: are we going to how in on this basket are we?
All in.
All right, okay, I'm gonna upgrade the basket.
Silas says, similar to Pirate Lady, his early game weapon/friend builds are strong. He gets friend events, so he might have just tripled. What,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is
that's
what
true.
is what is strong?
It's strong, but internet.
Okay.
Are you being intentionally difficult to the chatters?
No, I was asking you a legitimate question.
Yeah, well, legitimate. We'll see. Okay, so we bought
You
I bought 10 gumballs. We're gonna sell all these gumballs back, and that's gonna get us some. As you can see, little tiny effects. 10 health. One shield on our items. 10 health. But it's also going to upgrade both our trail mix, which cares about food selling, and also our basket now has the multicast up. That certainly makes it a lot stronger. The mutant baker is probably the one who has the stuff I'd be most excited to get my hands on, but I don't know if I think we can take him. Because he's going to have some non-trivial amount of poison. Let's go for it, I guess. I'm saying let's go for it.
okay?
The upside's up enough. Whiffing an early fight is pretty bad for your development, but I have hope. The most dangerous force in the galaxy. The kind of hope that one gets access to by being just kind of ignorant of how bad they are at stuff. So you can see we are both failing to apply more poison than the other person is applying regen. He is hitting me increasingly hard with his bread knife, though.
Let me lose.
I see that.
The bread knife is scaling up and up and up. So that went really badly, actually. We got like no XP out of that. We're basically, I'm not going to say doomed, but we're in a bad spot for sure. All right, we're going to Finn's place. Right now, the regenerative tincture scales with your level. So right now, if we went here, we get 6 regen. If we go to visit Finn's restaurant, we get 5% max HP, and either items permanently gain 10, your shielding items gain 10 shield, your direct healing items gain 10 healing, or you gain 5 regen. I am going to push on this basket because Amabel said we're all in. So if it doesn't work out, you all know who to blame.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, we got a boar roast, which I think is not a great item personally. Slow this and an enemy item 2 seconds. When you slow or burn, gain 5 max health. Yeah. I guess it depends a lot on if you could get a good luau build going. There are things you could do with this. Anyway, we're going to get run the fuck over by this dude because we're underleveled now.
Feed you and fight.
I missed XP fighting that baker. If we had one more experience point, we'd be a level up, and so we'd have more table space and also another 100 or so health. So we're like very strongly disadvantaged.
I believe in you.
That said, his damage potential is not actually all that great, and he seems to be reliant on shielding mostly for defense. So if we can stack up the poison here and just go under his shield. No, we're not going to stack up enough poison for it to matter. And he is putting an awful lot of fire directly into my mouth.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. I think you can turn us around, though. Big
Well, I mean,
basket's the way to go.
I mean, the build's not. Yeah, the run's not over. This is just an embarrassing. This, like, that fuck up has guaranteed that we're going to be, even if in the absolute best case scenario, we're going to be in here until the late part of the run. And so we're going to have to find something very silly to do. I'm going to upgrade our toxic butter because I do think toxic butter is very good and fun. Toxic butter is absolutely the kind of item you can keep around. So yeah, I'm not great at this game. I tend to end in legendary, but like pretty bad legendary. I think last season I was like 37,000 or something like that. So still legendary, but not, not exactly killing it. Let's get a slow item. Curio sells like loot items that are used to improve your current build more than stuff to build around. We could go down to the docks and just see. You know what? Let's go down to the docks because one of the options here, they're all gain 2 gold for working the docks and then an item that is appropriate to the type of job you choose to do. One of them is a tool. Let's just get a tool for free. Okay. Well, quill and ink, a tool for a kind of work that is not the kind of work that we generally do. But if we have no weapons, it has multicast. It's really pretty whack. Okay. Bazball, maybe we can catch up on our XP a little bit.
Do you play baseball?
So we could just go watch the game, or we could bet on the game. We're absolutely going to bet on our hometown Roughtown Kivers to win against the River District Rogues. So 5 gold in. The end of the first, Kivers are down by 1. Not great. End of the second, Kivers still down by 1. End of the third quarter, Kivers up by 2. Amabel, it's happening.
I believe in you.
The Kivers won, yay! So we get our gold back. We get 5 extra gold. We get an XP. We get some free merch. The free merch was an oxygen mask. Whenever you use a tool or vehicle, charge this bar for 1 second. And you know what? It is a medium-sized tool. I kind of think this honeycomb is not good. So I'm going to pull this out of our build. I'm going to redesign things a little bit. There we go. So now we've got our... Oh, it doesn't actually have to be adjacent to the medium tool. Well, it is. Okay, so we've got everything. Everything is still producing its fair multicasts. We now have our instant noodles down to 2 seconds. And our basket's doing okay, I guess. All right. We have the overwhelmed student here. This is a new fight, so I'm still not super familiar with all the stuff. The first time you fall below half health each fight, charge your heal and shield items for 2 seconds. That's useful. Solar drone, a shielded quill and ink, a toaster. I would not be upset about a toaster. No, a toaster would be great, actually. All right, we're gonna rumble this student and steal her toaster.
Sleep? Like, what even is that?
To be clear, for people who don't know, when you defeat an NPC, when you defeat a quote-unquote monster in combat, you get one of their items off of their board or one of their skills. We don't actually have any control over which one. I would like the toaster. We'll see what happens here. I am confident we're going to beat her. Her build is not very strong, and we are starting to wake up at least a little bit.
When the municipality annexes the bazaar, my degree will be worthless anyway. Ugh.
She's having a rough go at things. I remember college. It was not good. Okay, we got the skill. This is fine. This seems like an okay skill. Just a little bit of bleed out protection, basically. Now, see, this is tricky because with our basket and our trail mix, I kind of want to go get some chocolate bars to sell at the eating contest. But I also really would like. This is a vendor that I am interested in visiting. I think we gotta take we gotta push. We got to push the items as fast as we can, get that advantage. So each one of these chocolate bars we sell is worth 30 max HP. And also we're filling meters here. Let's go 80 caravan descending the Great Plateau. There's a large variety of outcomes you can get here. Sometimes you get a fight, which is good news for us, because again, we are a little bit behind on XP. So an extra fight is helpful. This guy does not have great stuff for us. We would probably just sell whatever we get from him, but that's fine. It just means, you know, he's worth money. What does his skill do? If you have more than half health, your weapons have plus 30 damage. That's not bad.
But I was an honor student.
Turns out, he's cooked. Your items have +1 max ammo. Terrible. Just absolute garbage.
I sense something blocking your power. Let's get rid of
Okay, rightmost item has plus 20 shield. Pretty exciting on the multicast shield item. Rightmost item has plus 16% crit chance. Is never terrible. All of your regen stuff gets plus 2 regen. I mean, we do have a lot of regen items right now. I think, to be clear, none of these skills are like mind-blowing. These are all good plus. Kind of plus. I'll take the herbal supplements, I guess. It's a lot of
Beautiful up there.
it's a lot of strength distributed.
Okay, you're gonna win this one.
We're going up against another Jules. Let's see how her run's going. So she seems to have a lot of weapons here. Yep, so she's doing a little bit more of a use a tool build. So you're going to see the damage stats on her weapons scaling upward pretty quickly, which I think is probably pretty bad news for us. We have some time. We have a decent amount of shielding, and she also has a multicast basket though, so we're gonna have a hard time getting our poison past her shield or past her regen. I think she's gonna win this in the long run. Because yeah, look at how high that cleaver is scaling damage-wise. She's hitting us hard enough that we can't build up much shield,
I have to teach Laurel to stand up for herself.
and we're not doing the same back to her. So she just builds up a ton of shield, and then the sandstorm gets us.
Big basket. It's gonna turn out. It's gonna work. I know it's gonna work.
Yeah, day 5 with 1 victory is definitely not the place we want to be. I still don't think I really want to go weapon shop. I think let's use the lost crate. Give me a medium item. Let's just try to find something. Okay, cutting board charges a food 1 second, and when you use an adjacent tool, you charge this and your items. So this is a although the ability is charge a food for 1 second, this is a tool build kind of item. It's not really very good in our current setup. We have 3 extra food on hand, so we almost have enough food that if we just sold what was in our bank, we could level up our items. We need to keep an eye out for opportunities here. I'm gonna go to the shop because I think we probably will be able to pick up some cheap food. For example, this curry. Hotbox, advance, adjacent burn items gain 3. So we're seeing a lot of things that have like slow triggers on them. We don't have any slows right now, but I'm trying to figure out like where are we going to pivot? Where are we going to end up? So we have a couple of items that do slow. One of which has a slow trigger itself. So should we be trying to pick up items that like lead us in this direction? We're seeing sort of a confluence of things that care about the same mechanic.
I found some exhilarating speed.
That, is usually a sign, or at least, if not a sign, at least exploitable.
Hello, Andra. Hello, totally harmless. Yes, we are bazaring.
Yes, welcome to the bazaar. It's a wild place, I am told. So we could just sell all 5 of the food items we have here and top off our 2 quest items. Alternatively, we could try to organize here a slow board. Like, we have a lot of things that trigger off of slows now.
Big basket.
But we only actually have like 1 thing that does a slow. All right, you know what? Blame Amabel. She says big basket. Here we go. All right, so our trail mix is all the way leveled up. Our basket is all the way leveled up. We could use some actual upgrades to their quality.
I can't believe you actually did it. That's amazing. I love you.
Have you ever considered
What?
nothing?
You enemy.
All right, we're gonna go fight this bee man. This is what a Kyver is, by the way. It's like a guy who's a wasp. They're bad news. And they're what our sports
Yeah.
team is named after. It's actually pretty weird. You know, I never really thought about that before. But like, to name your sports team after another kind of sapient being in the world. I guess this is a little bit like, you know, the Redskins or something, right? Where we've
Yeah.
all agreed that this is not okay to do. But in a fantasy world, like, what if there were a bunch of dwarves and they had a football team and they named themselves, you know, the Detroit Elves? It's just kind of a weird thing to do. Let's pick up a silver tier tool. So a blender, I don't think we're on track to make good use of a blender. A blender, when it goes off, transforms an adjacent small item into a slushy, which is an item that freezes and it does, you know, more stuff if it's chilled. And if your blender is chilled, then the slushies it creates are also chilled. And it can be a good part of a freeze build, obviously, but we have nothing leading us in that direction currently. But we kind of sold off most of the stuff we had leading us in the other direction too. So I guess let's hold on to this and see what comes of it. Go to the street festival? Somebody show me something that makes me want to go in a direction.
Strikers like beautiful music. So many parts in harmony.
Well, that's a Gatling gun. It's not really synergistic with anything that we have going right now, but it is a Gatling gun. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if it's good enough to like carry a run. It's probably not. Just seeing if we can find something that's like really wild. Adjacent items gain crit chance over the course of the fight, and when you crit with an adjacent item, your items gain 4 burn. We only have 2 burn items right now. But we can certainly start bending toward more burn items, and we kind of were thinking that already with the hotbox. I wonder... And this is a medium tool, so it... Like, we could just slot it in instead of the oxygen mask, and it could keep the instant noodles noodling. Let me try some stuff here. So let's swap that.
Tells me their effect.
We want to put the basket next to it for sure because it gets a bonus whenever anything adjacent crits. So let's use the basket to like block these. That moved the whole thing over instead of doing what I wanted. There we go. Okay, we're still maintaining adjacencies for the butter and the hot sauce. But now every time the basket crits with its 61% crit chance, we'll get bonus burn on the noodles and the thing. And then we're looking for like cheap crit items. We'll buy some agility boots here. Because when you sell this, all your items permanently gain 1% crit.
And you will always fire true.
So it when it crits, it does that for items that are.
When you crit with an adjacent item,
Okay. The spice racks one. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
so it doesn't say it explicitly, but whenever something says like your items gain damage or burn or whatever, it's only referring to items that already have some quantity of that thing.
Got it. Okay.
Let's have a deadly duel with a monster. I love experience points. I especially love fighting the Trash Town Mayor. Looking at me so cute.
Welcome to Trash Town.
Hold on.
A completely real place. Now pay your tax.
Hold on. We're going to just take a second. I'm going to take a second and enjoy the Trash Town Mayor and his dog. Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you can see already our fire strategy starting to turn up a little bit.
Yeah, you're doing better with this one.
Security!
The spice rack was good. The spice rack was a good find. We've discovered a dog. So the dog also levels up when you sell food or toys.
It's a medium weapon friend.
I don't think he's a medium weapon friend. I don't think we're gonna try to make a dog happen. The dog is pretty strong. At 15, it gains 200 damage. It loses a second of cooldown at 30, and then at 45 it gets multicast, so it's then a 300 damage multicast. Like, it hits hard. It's a big weapon, but I don't think that it's going to be appropriate to our build. I think we're going to want to lean into like this crit for burn stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell this dog.
Silas remarks, "Who knew adding spice to noodles would be good? Not white people for sure."
Weird, right?
Oh, I'd rather feed you than fight.
Are you sure
All right, let's see what Mr. Pig has going.
I'm huge?
I still would put us in probably a slightly disadvantaged spot against a lot of player builds. Okay, so Pig has dog and knife and pants. A classic build for operating in the modern day. So the Regal Blade here is another quest item. It's just, you can see, he's building it up over time. He's got a lot of plus damage on it, so it's hitting for 520 now. And it'll get crit chance eventually if he finishes the other quest. And then the cargo shorts. Your cargo shorts have the same types as all of your other items, right? The idea is like you're keeping them all in the pockets, so it gets all the types. Okay. And then it has +1 multicast for each type that it has, which I think is a cute little bit of design. So he's got 6 multicast on this shielding and healing item. But the thing is, we already there was too much fire. The spice rack has turned our fortunes around pretty significantly already.
If you set pants and the knife and a dog on fire, it won't go so well.
It's not good for the dog and the pants at the very least.
Small things remind me of seeds, acorns.
Okay, the emu. It has burn 4, and if it's heated whenever you slow, also burn 4. I mean, I'm going to take this. We have this, like, perspective burn slow thing, right? That we're kind of... See, we're already having problems, though, because the noodles only have burn on them if they're heated. And we're getting a lot of benefit out of having a burn item with a 2-second cooldown.
Yeah.
The emu also wants to be heated, and the hotbox also wants to be heated. And we have 1 stove.
You can't get another stove.
You can get another stove, but that's still not 3. So that's we're maybe looking at some decisions that are going to have to be made here. For now, let's just keep pushing. So the value of the regenerative tincture slowly increasing over time as we level up. But I am looking for something to spend my gold on.
Master Merchant or something.
Shield burn regen. So short cooldown shield burn regen item. It has a heated trigger, but we don't, it's less important than the other heated triggers, I feel like, because we still have some items on our board that are, forgive me, fucking garbage. This Quill and Ink is not actually good. So I'm looking to make some changes here. If we're gonna put a medium up, we probably lose like the strawberries. No, we probably lose maybe the trail mix. Strawberries are freezing people. But I want to put more burn items on the board since we have the spice rack. As many items as can possibly benefit from this bonus, right? Would I be better off just throwing my emu up? Well, no, because again, we don't actually have any slows yet. I'm gonna grab the burrito. That's a lot of money. I am going to put the burrito down here. We're going to trade out the quill and ink, keep the butter on. Remember, the butter is poisoning people, but it's also hasting our items for 3 times every time it goes off. So I don't know. Maybe that's not so... Oh, right. But I want the basket to be adjacent to the spice rack because the crit matters. Uh-oh. We may not be able to maintain all of our multicasts. At least not trivially. And if we can't maintain all of our multicasts, does this start to fall behind the other items we have access to? Would I rather run 6-second multicast trail mix? What do you think, Amabel?
I don't know. It's
All right, I'm going to try it with the trail mix. We're definitely not going to make use of this oxygen mask. Let's just get rid of that so we have room in our inventory for items to enter. And then I think we can afford a reroll here. Yeah, no, I definitely think we should upgrade our instant noodles. A little bit more base. And then upgrading the hotbox would also be a good idea, probably. So we need to make 3 gold. I mean, we're not going to use this for sure. I think I'm just going to sell them. I think the butter is probably not making it back into the build. All right, so we'll buy a copy of that. So that upgrades. We got to get our slows figured out. All right, so we're looking for some items that slow. We're looking for some skills that have slow triggers. Would be nice. When you use a tool, weapons adjacent to it gain damage. Your items have shield plus shield equal to twice your level. Heavy metal's not horrible for us. This is going to keep scaling over the course of the run. First 5 times you use a tool each fight, slow an item for 1 second. I mean, that's not bad. This guy hits pretty hard. His forklift deals 50 base damage plus 125 for each unique type on his other items. Is going to turn out to be a lot. I believe the forklift ends up hitting for something in like the range of 900 to 1,000.
You don't have very many hit points for that.
Yeah, but we have a lot of regen and we have a lot of shield. I could probably survive 2 hits. Let's go for him. I would love that skill. And also he is the one with the most gold and XP in his bar. So I'm going to rely on our defensive prowess here.
I'm always in favor of you not being a coward. So
okay, coward is a strong way to phrase it.
Hey, you won.
Yeah, it turns out the burn's pretty good. He didn't even live to hit us a second time. And we got his fucking power sander.
Coward, parentheses, affectionate.
Okay. I don't really want his power sander. This is not what I showed up to the fight for. Nufu here sells skills, and that might be a valuable thing to buy if we had any fucking money. So we're going to go to the racetrack where we will get an item for free. A stand mixer. Haste a food for 2 seconds with multicast. When you haste a food, it gains crit chance. This is a cool item, but I don't think we're going to be able to find room for it in our build. At this point, basically, like, anything we're adding to our board needs to slow or burn or preferably both. Once again, on account of being broke, I think we're going to just take an item, a free item that we can then sell. So we're not like actually going to use this. We could visit Herma and hope that she'll have an upgrade for one of our items. Because we have a lot of stuff that is regen. Or we could just get a small non-weapon item that we can probably sell for like 2 to 4 gold. You know what? Let me go see Herma. An upgrade would be lovely. When you use a tool, your heated or chilled items gain... That's not terrible. The skewer is kind of an interesting item if you're in the tool build and you need a food or vice versa, because it is both types. Not relevant really to our situation. Ooh, Lao Lao's good. Lao Lao is regen and burn. Is Lao Lao better than the instant noodles? No, probably not. We get both the burn and the regen, but the fact that the instant noodles are on 2-second cooldown is very hard to.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to beat. Sushi Boat increases your item's crit chance, but we'd have to find 3 spaces for it.
That seems tough, especially because you're at like max rug now, right?
Yeah. Our build space is not going to get any bigger, so we'd be looking at dropping like either basket and like trail mix or strawberries, or the burrito in place of the basket potentially. But this is a 3-second burn and regen and shield. I think we're not going to buy ourselves a sushi boat. Let's go see what's up with this robot.
Fuck up this dually.
On the streets.
I believe in you.
Okay, he is also playing burn. He's got a Mac burn relic that he managed to salvage. That's interesting. That's going to scale up real quick. He's going to be applying a lot of burn to our face. Yeah, wow, look at that. Look at how much burn that is. Holy shit. Okay. We also scaled up, though. 444 burn at the end of the fight. If we take a second and hit the recap button. Yeah, 210 burn out of the noodles, 208 out of the hot sauce.
Excuse me.
The hot sauce being a triple multicast with a relatively short cooldown is just like it rides or dies entirely on how good your bonuses are. And I'm pleased to announce that I think our bonuses are pretty good. We have pretty good burn scaling. I do think let's upgrade a silver tier item. What does this upgrade into? This upgrades into 8 increased burn on crit. Well, it does feel to me like we have to take that.
Yeah.
Our poor hot sauce is still bronze. And if we could get some levels on it, it would lower the cooldown. But I think we gotta take the spice upgrade. All right. Do we want a gold tier skill, or a skill having to do with haste and charging, or a skill having to do with burn? Well, I'll tell you what. I think the burn might be a way to go. First time you fall below half health, burn 20. Rightmost item gets 4 burn, or all your burn items have +2 burn. None of these are very exciting. I kind of want to re-roll. There's a lot of our money at the moment, though. We're not doing very well economically.
Do it. Reroll.
All right. We're looking for something a little sexier. Your items have +2 burn for each shield item that you have. Or when you burn your... Oh, well, okay, we probably have to take Tracer Fire, right?
Okay.
Since our burn scaling is crit-based. Well, It's only crit-based with adjacent items, and the adjacent items are already getting tons of crit. But, like, your items critting is just generally good.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Tracer Fire. And then we're kind of broke again. Just take an item. The Hands of Time. Reduce another tool's cooldown by 1 second. Definitely not a thing we have room for. All right, so this...
I don't like him. I don't like looking at him.
This, like, massively yassified member of Pygmalion species, known as Big, is a visual nightmare. He does have this championship belt, which I don't think is good for us, but I do think is a hilarious item in general. I won a run entirely via championship belt in a way that was very silly, that I had posted on Blue Sky about. If we go after the Annex Trooper and beat him, we could level up our Tracer Fire potentially, or get more fire stuff. But he's a tough fight. I know
That's a tougher fight. Yeah.
he will. Well, no, I'm not saying that's a tougher fight because it's the gold one. I'm saying specifically the Annex Trooper is very difficult. Like, this is the thing I know from some of the fights are outside of the normal scaling, and the Annex Trooper is one of them. He's way tougher than he seems.
Silas says Big has a clavicular, clavicular.
Clavicular wishes he looks like Big.
Look at him.
And that's
There's-
fucked because Big is horrible to look upon.
Let's go ahead and beat up Big because I don't.
No, I'm going to try the NX Trooper.
All right.
I'm feeling perhaps a little overconfident. Slow and insidious something something something. He doesn't even have bonus loot. He's just like, no, we're getting there. Look at all the fire. Look at all the
I don't
fire
got
we're
that.
creating. Notice that his gun is scaling up. When he hits you with the plasma rifle, it can really fuck you up. It had already scaled up to 1900 damage. Okay, and all we got for our trouble was a welding helmet, which I do not want. But we did kill that guy, and that makes me feel strong.
Okay.
Maybe this is the time to take a regenerative tincture. It's good to have some like base regen. Obviously, we're building a lot of our own regen quite quickly. But you know, there's some merchants that I'm just like a lot less interested in their stuff.
Silas says, speaking of slow and insidious, Darkest Dungeon 2 is getting a new expansion soonish.
Well, that's interesting. I have not heard that. My ear is not to the ground on that.
Mind if my crew films this for the show?
You are a child.
I didn't actually play with all the Darkest Dungeon 1 expansions either. There's one where there's like a meteorite involved.
I should get back to that. I played a little bit of it, but a lot of games that you like to play and that you want me to play
That's a lot of poison.
require me to have a lot of attention
I lost
to
everything
give it.
long
Well, you
before
still did it.
Yeah, but just barely. We have 160 health left, and there's 600 poison on me. That was a game of inches right there. But hey, look at that bronze prize.
A lot of the games that you recommend that I play would require a lot more focus and attention than I'm able to give to them, and Darkest Dungeon was one of those where like there's so much going on. And I'll come back to it one day when I actually can just spend a week just playing that game.
Okay, so these pickled peppers.
Yeah.
This would be this would be so much burn.
Yeah.
We
Well, where
could
would you put it though?
we could dump the strawberries and the trail mix.
Okay. Yeah, let's pivot to burn. Let's do that. That's what I'm.
I mean, I'm not pivoting to burn. We're already burning.
All right, but let's continue. Let's burn harder.
Continue to strengthen. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably right. Especially since we've not found any upgrades for either of them, so they're both copper. Or they're both bronze items. Yeah, alright.
Oh, I think you're really
I do think this is going to be a little weird on our arrangement. So, like, how are we going to stack these items? I guess we can take the spices over to here. Because most of the stuff we have is not particularly picky about its location. The only thing we're really worried about right now is the noodles. That keeps them adjacent to the spice rack, and also the spice rack adjacent to the basket, which is what we need. We also really need upgrades on this basket. If we could get this thing to go off earlier, it would help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Big basket.
that's going to be big basket. That's going to be a lot of stuff. Okay, so Chef Brolin, get a consultation. We need another stove, my dude.
favors must be revelatory.
Okay, installed a stove in the far corner.
And there's a question for you from the chat.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Cat Girls being added to Total War Warhammer 3?
I did not know that was happening. Okay, listen. I'm a little out of time. my ear is theoretically to the ground as far as Total War goes. You know, I am in the creator program and stuff, but
Mhm.
I have so many discords. There's so many video game related discords that I am in as a part of my job, that I am a little less attentive to them than I should be. Lately, I've been a little less attentive to them than I should be. A lot of dissociating going on over here. If you follow me on Blue Sky, you'll notice I'm playing Satisfactory. That's what's happening. You know, it's my brain. Whew. So I know there's a DLC coming out, but that's kind of all that I know is that there's a new thing coming out. Apparently, there's cat girls. Is this a fucking Cathay thing?
Tiger People Cathay are coming out in a week or two.
Oh, they're tiger people. That's good. That's the best kind of cat people is some tiger people. Let's go see Andy here.
First step toward
Andy, my dude, can you please level up my damn hot sauce? Can you show me some hot sauce? He's got some. Ooh, look at the saffron.
Okay.
I don't think we're in a saffron kind of place. Zarlik charges whenever another food's crit chance increases. That's interesting. And it hastes your other foods. I wonder. It's probably not the case right now, but I wonder how many triggers you would have to have for this for it to effectively be going off more often than the hot sauce, which is going off 3 times every 8 seconds. Okay, no such luck. This is trying to hunt for upgrades to specific items is always kind of a fool's gambit because like there are so many items in the pool. We're gonna go hug the Oasis Guardian here. The Oasis Guardian has a couple of things that we're interested in. First of all, the Waters of Infinity. Any non-weapon based build can benefit from some Waters of Infinity. Secondly, he has this cool item now, the Crimson Orchid, which gives a weapon lifesteal permanently when you sell it. And I'm not saying that that's a place that we're at or would benefit from being, but I am saying if you get that, it might be good enough to consider becoming from that place. When you poison, regen, definitely not the kind of thing we're doing today. Hey, it's the merchant who explicitly only sells slowing items. I mean, we can have a look.
Is a jewel, multifaceted, glittering.
Yes,
I
I
really want
suppose.
you to use that
I
lollipop.
suppose technically, if you heat the lollipop, it does slow things. Oh shit! Speaking of losing track of things, Totally Harmless points out we have Tracer Fire. I totally forgot about Tracer Fire. That garlic thing would be every time we burn. That garlic thing would be getting charged multiple. Oh man, we should have taken that. That's probably really good. All right, we'll keep an eye out for it in the future. I don't think honeycomb is good enough to be on the board. Bubblegum Floor says if it's heated when you use a food, slow an item for 1 second. So if we could give up 3 slots to this, all of our food is slowing. But like, what's that reconstructed build look like, right? It's that thing plus 2 spaces for this thing. And then between the 2 of them, that's both of the heaters.
Totally Harmless. I also do not like Bubblegum Floor. It's very bad to look at.
And then we'd have to put the hot box somewhere. So what we're probably looking at is like Emu, hot box, Bubblegum Floor. We have 3 spaces left. They all have to be food in order for the triggers to mean anything. I don't think it's going to work out in the long run. I think it would have to be 3 small foods that have pretty short cooldowns. And remember, the instant noodles will not have burn because they won't be on a heater anymore. I think I'm not buying that. I think we're going to reroll.
Dana says we're hotboxing the stream. Say no more, fam.
Hi, Jaina.
What?
We love you.
What does that? What do those sentences mean?
Oh, sweetheart. So this heavy freezer is interesting. Whenever you use an adjacent food, freeze an item briefly, and whenever you freeze something, deal 100 damage. And also whenever you freeze, slow an item. I never sold the blender. But we need two sources of chill to make that work. Heavy
Apparently it
fortune
is a-
cookie. When you sell this, your
drug
leftmost slow item gains 0.2 slow duration. What a weird item. And then it also does the normal fortune cookie thing. I think part of the problem here is it's just like there's too much stuff that requires heating. We have a second heater now. We have to decide if we think, and it's really like the way they were laid down is really awkward. So if we put the noodles here, the spice rack here, the basket on this side to keep it benefiting from the spice rack, then that leaves us with this 4-space unit over here where the other heater is, plus 1 space on the other side, which is not where you want to be putting your hot sauce because your hot sauce wants 2 adjacencies. You don't want to put the hot box in the corner heater because it wants to have 2 adjacent burn items, right? It's it's arguably not even. So you want to put the emu in the corner heater probably. And then you got to find your slows. But I don't know how. I'm going to just keep rolling the way we are for right now. I hate to feel like I'm just not advancing the build, but
If you don't have time to slow
Oh, that sounds dreadful, Jaina, but thank you for sharing that.
is more your speed.
excellent vintage. So this is 4 slows when it goes off. So if we move the spices over, we put the emu here, we put the spice rack there. That leaves me with enough space for... We'd like to replace the hot sauce with the Zarlik if we can find it again. I feel like an idiot. And then one more 2-space wide item, which might be the pickled peppers. That's like kind of a thing, right? That's kind of an idea.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's better to just like have everything have burn on it.
Leave something in the oven.
Pigman.
What if we just set everybody on fire until they were dead? Strats.
How many times is the way you solve a problem is set something on fire
What are you trying to say?
in a video game? You like fire a lot.
Okay, so this guy's got a killing us with his shield build here. The core of his strat is this shield for 40, then deal damage equal to the amount of shield you have on you. This is very lucky for us. It is just the case that shield-based strategies are naturally very bad against burn. Because you can see he's trying to apply all this shield, but our burn keeps peeling it off, and then he goes to swing the spiky shield, and it hits us for like 100 damage. Instead of the 4,000 that he was looking for. Obviously, they're naturally very strong against poison builds, which do their thing without affecting your shield at all most of the time. And they're
since
generally
when
very good against defensive builds.
This is still the pre-stream.
Welcome to the pre-stream, Phase 1. Normal length of the pre-stream. This is how long the pre-stream goes. Hey, look, Languid Dunes. Enchant an item with slow effects. I love slow effects. What would happen if we made this heavy? When you crit with an adjacent item, slow an item for 1 second. That's not bad. If we put it on something that has a cooldown, it's just gonna, add slow something into the usages. I think I'm going to put it on the spice rack. Because that way we're potentially getting it off of the use of 2 items, right?
Okay.
Here's Wink. Wink shows up when the game's like, are you sure? You sure you know what you're doing? Changes all of your items into any other item and also upgrades them all by 1 step. We're not going to take the Wink. We have a coherent build. There's some errors, but it's coherent.
Oh, it's a crazy place, right?
I don't think I want any of this stuff. Oh, we have quests. We're supposed to be buying a lot of items. I have a lot of money. I'll tell you what. I think we've bought and sold a lot of cheap items. I do think we have. I think I'm going to buy a couple of items that cost 10 or more and resell them just to try to make sure we get our quest done. Every time we do this, we effectively lose 8 gold. When you crit with a food, charge another food 1 second. Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
What if we collapse our strategy just down to the basket and the noodles never stop firing?
Okay.
Is this a good strat?
Well, so what are you getting rid of when you mean collapse? Like, what are you getting rid of?
I mean, like, I would get rid of the pickled peppers here for the serving platter. And the idea is you would just focus the build down to the items that are going off relatively frequently that have significant crit chance, and then everything's critting when anything goes off. Because everything's critting, when anything goes off, it fires off something else, and it's just like a machine gun. And it's just like a machine gun. Is that stupid? Feels stupid.
Sweetheart,
I'm selling these peppers.
I love you, and you're good at your job, but you're the only one who I think who understands what is going on in this game.
I guarantee you there are people in the chat who are better at this game than I am. And the reason I say that is that I am not good at this game. These are all kind of awkward. These are all not very interesting fights for us. The rewards are like weapon build focused rewards.
Then do the hard one.
So I guess we'll do the hard one.
You know what happens next.
Thanks, Amabel. Anyway, welcome to the pre-stream. It's the normal amount of pre-stream. Okay, so you'll notice this is not working. The things are not going off very fast.
You bought yourself some time.
The crit is scaling too slowly right now. We need to jack that up a little bit. Dock lines, interesting. A 4-second item with a 3-second slow duration on 3 different items. Okay. What if Demo has a 3-second cooldown? What if it's like that? Right, well that creates a hot sauce problem. It is a lot less shield. It's a lot of slow, and so a lot of extra burn triggers. And all those burn triggers, can scale with heavy spice rack.
Gotcha.
Is what I'm thinking. But I don't know. This is maybe stupid. The serving platter thing was, I don't think, actually a good idea. I think we're probably not... The blender thing's not happening. Let's reclaim a little space here. And let's also... Mysterious Portal?
Mysterious Portal.
Well, I'd love to go shopping at Cobweb's place again.
Their rage resembles peace.
Heavy bubblegum floor. It's like twice as bubblegum floor.
Oh.
Some heavy curry. No, that's just normal curry. When you slow charge this and it burns. I mean, that's kind of fine. Slow this and an enemy item. When you slow or burn, gain max HP. That's kind of cool. Like, is replacing a hot sauce that isn't going to be max charge or max multicast with a curry an upgrade? Probably, right? Because the curry is going to be going off, like, we're triggering slows a lot now. The curry's going to be going off a ton. Let's get that curry.
Enemies will become statues.
It's not the Zarlik, but we can't get the one problem at a time. So I do think that's a good move. Thank you, Cobweb. Gain a little bit of max HP. I mean, we're going to fight a monster. We're going to start a fire in a monster's heart. Yeah. I didn't want to fight the Anaconda. We chose not to fight the Anaconda earlier. I mean, we're kicking monsters' asses. That's certainly a thing. So every time the... It would help a lot if our basket was not silver.
There's a rap song about an anaconda that's driving a Honda. That's crazy.
I'll make you dinner.
That is not correct. The thing that you have just said, I can't even... Let's learn some jewel skills.
Much, dear. I wish you slow down.
First 4 times you use a heated item, each fight burn some. The first time you use an item, charge your heated and chilled items. That would charge the dock lines, even though the dock lines don't benefit from being chilled because they are still chilled, technically. First 5 times you use food each fight, slow an item. So, I mean, that would be the noodles. Dirty dishes is not bad, actually. No, we're going to take dirty dishes. Because each of those slows is a burn. And it'll be more than a 4-point burn by the time... Yeah. All right, let's see if we're still competitive with players here.
I'd rather feed you.
I'm sure you're going to win. I'm going to be away from the keyboard for just a moment.
Okay.
But I've seen my
Just abandoning me in my hour of need. It's fine. It's fine. Pardon me. It's all this delicious spicy food. Okay, so she's got a lot of damage. That's a lot of just like raw punch me in the face damage.
fall like a boulder. I flow like a river.
So we did lose. It was narrow though. She was a single tick away from death when we went down. That's not necessarily super disheartening, except in the sense that it has, at the very least, added a day to our journey. And you know, the builds get scarier and scarier as the game goes on, as the run gets longer.
Cast aside your destruments.
Kina, show me some shit. Heat your other tools and weapons for 3 seconds. Well, I mean, obviously, like, it would be very difficult for us to fit a large item into our build. The giant sub would be something. I don't think we can. I don't think we can pull for these. Skillet and toaster are both multicast burn items, and obviously that's pretty significant. But I don't think we can take either of those. I'm actually just like, I'm so desperately just looking for upgrades to the things that we already have. Feast. When you use a food, this item gains 4 burn and regen. And our burners and chillers are arranged such... Sorry, what?
Did you have victory?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, what I did have was someone rudely talking over me while I was in mid-sentence. Amabel Holland.
Sorry.
Sweet. Whoa. That's okay. I'm sorry. That's way too much of a reversal there.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I just was.
Energy. I was just trying to be playful. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's on me. Sorry.
I did not mean to legitimately upset you. I mean, sometimes it really fucking lays out. Like, that was 500 burn very quickly.
Let's talk about it.
But obviously, you know, to a certain extent, like, we're reliant on luck here, right?
Yeah.
Don't think this excellent vintage play is happening. I'm not even necessarily opposed to being reliant on crit, but I would like to have more crit if I'm going to be reliant on crit.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell these burritos. And we're going to buy some gumballs, hoping to get some good crit gumballs. Here we go. +1 crit chance for each blue gumball. The red gumballs give plus attack damage, which is not useful, unfortunately. Okay, but we got 4 crit for all of our things. We also got a skill voucher. Weird. Plus 5 shielding on all your shielding items. Okay.
Have you had heroic battles?
Yeah, so Deborah's interesting. She'll give you a gold for each fight you've won during the run. She'll give you an XP for each monster fight you've lost during the run, so you can kind of recoup position if you've lost it. Or she'll give you 2 prestige back for each player fight that you've lost during this run. Unfortunately, at this point, 8 prestige is 0 prestige for us.
Right.
The next time we lose a fight, we're going to go to 0 and get rescued by the time traveler anyway. 8 prestige is not enough to fix that. The 1 XP is like fine. Is 1 XP better than 17 gold in our current situation? We're doing pretty okay on money. I don't know. Honestly, maybe. Let's take a gold tier food, or do I want a gold tier loot item? Let's take a loot item. It's a skill voucher. All right, well, before we fight this enemy, let's sell this to learn a skill from any hero. We picked up Barnacle Crusted. The cooldown of your aquatic items. Well, this is what happens when you pull from... You know what, though? The dock lines are aquatic because they're a Vanessa item. So that is affecting our dock lines. That's kind of funny. Also, as far as the dock lines are, they're here as a trigger. But it is worth noting, like, the dock lines are a good item in themselves. Slowing an enemy's stuff significantly, having a slow up on 3 of the enemy's items most of the time, is actually just like good living, it's good survival stuff.
Hey, you did it.
Yeah, the flagship was slowed the entire fight. Did that make a difference? Yeah, probably. Honestly, that might have been the difference between winning and losing. Thanks, dock lines, which are also a flamethrower. So this is a big part of what I like about the design of this game, is like the best builds often result from some amount of like character interplay. It really benefits you to know a lot about what is out there. I guess let's go to Curio's place at this point. I know, like, none of these are great for us. So Curio sells a lot of items that look like this, but when you sell this thing, do some kind of little upgrade. I am going to take an insect wing. When you sell a small item, this gains, it's whatever. And we're going to move our basket to the left here. Reduce the basket's cooldown by 1%. Put it back where it goes. I sure would love to get an upgrade for our damn basket. This will upgrade a burn item with more burn. We don't have any actual healing items. We just have regen. What do we want to burn? We probably want to put the burn upgrades on the emu, because the amount of burn the emu has is how much the slow trigger burns for. And Andy could sell that food that we're looking for. Don't think we want any of this stuff. Don't think we want the Lao Lao. Yeah, just the 2-second cooldown's too important to the whole thing.
If you want cheap junk, go see Curio.
The fairy circle gives you regen for each frozen or slowed item. That's not the right icon for that skill. Dualtron gives you cooldown reduction to large items. Oh, electrified hull would be all right for us. Yeah, let's try to take down the Look at him. He's a giant robot. Like he's a Voltron, right? Of all the little bug robots.
I see.
It's a cool design. What he does not have is a way to deal with 700 burn damage. So we got ourselves a little robot that unfortunately is not very relevant. JJ, you sell generic items. Sell me something that I care about. When you sell a food, this permanently gains 2 value. When you sell this, your leftmost item permanently gains crit chance equal to half this item's value. I guess technically holding on to that's a good idea. Then we got a lot of expensive stuff here. A veggie garden. It's a large food property. Really more of a tool item, though. When you use a food, burn 4. When you use a heated food, this gains 1 burn, and the item to the left of this is heated, and it doesn't require heat itself. Is there a world where we like abandon the crit thing?
I think the crit thing is kind of working, and you're building it up.
Yeah, the crit thing is scaling our other... yeah, no, this is not worth doing. And this gains 2 value no matter what kind of food you sold. I don't think we're going to make use of this hot sauce ever again. So if we can get this to a decent value and then like dump it on the instant noodles, so the noodles are triggering the spice rack more early in the fight, that would be good. Mm-hmm. Oh hey, the ability to upgrade an item.
Does good work.
I mean, it's got to be take a second off the basket, right?
Yeah. Big basket.
Or is it the last level of spice rack? It's the last level of spice rack. I'm sorry.
Ah!
I hear you. But
Reward the peaceful.
the last level of spice rack is very good.
Warful.
Look at this guy running his Froyo cart. This obviously
He
is
looks
more
sad.
You think so? I think he looks content.
Yeah.
He looks not too sharp, I'll say that.
No one who
Cutlery
makes
forge.
Froyo is content.
What's wrong with Froyo?
I can feel our energy.
It knows what it did.
Buying and selling items. The Zarlik.
Okay, buy the Zarlik.
Right, we gotta take the Zarlik over the curry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened. We're doing it. I don't know if we've bought and sold enough high value items yet, so I'm just trying to make sure we get our achievements done when the run's over.
Why fight when we can feast?
Okay, so the Zarlik should go off like a lot, right? Because of the skill.
And after the fight, we can actually can see, how much stuff went off.
Yeah, look at the way that the thing is moving.
If you think you've hurt my feelings,
He has 1,700 burn on him, Amabel. I don't know how much max HP he had. 1,700's a lot. So yeah, the Zarlik happened 6 times during the fight. That applied 300 of that burn. 1,100 of it came from the emu. This is the build's right. Okay, no, we're doing the right thing. I'm not saying that it couldn't still be upgraded, but it's definitely we're in the right place.
I would never debase
Hey, you got 7 victories already. You got the thing going.
Yeah, I would consider this a successful run at this point, no matter what. Hey, here's an interesting question.
Uh-huh.
I'm buying and selling food for the purpose of upgrading the chocolate coins, in case it's not clear to people. Do we now want to put the Zarlik adjacent to the spice rack instead? Is it because it is going off actually more often than the noodles? Well, hold. Let's do another fight. Let me make sure that's actually correct. But I think it went off more often than the noodles did in that last fight.
Make deals, not war.
That's a food. We'll buy and sell that. I don't know how much crit I want this thing to have stored up on it before we do it, but that's a little expensive to be doing the thing with. Because we lose 12 gold on... we'll just... Amabel Holland, you are trying to get me hurt, and I know it.
No.
A Frost Street champion has a Rhymestone amulet. When you freeze with an adjacent item, charge a weapon 1 second. Yo! Yeah, and then Iceberg. Whenever an enemy uses an item, freeze it for 1 second. So anytime the enemy uses an item, charge your weapon for 1 second. And his weapon is this fucking nitrogen hammer that's going to hit for 3,000 damage by the time it goes off. I don't want to fight him. I do not wish to do the battle. Let's fight a fairy circle. Why not, huh? I'm not afraid of fairies. The Fae folk. This is looking a little closer to that like machine gun kind of vibe that I was talking about.
Calm down. Let's talk about it.
The noodles are they're going off a pretty comparable number of times, so we probably do keep the noodles on. Boy. The fairies are absolutely one of my favorite items for Hunter Dude. Karnak.
But it's not great.
It can't be good here, right? Look at how often it slows though.
You're doing
No,
pretty
but
good
it can't.
with
But it can't. No, it can't be. It can't be right. It can't be right. We don't need fairies. Enchant something with Mossy. Sure. What do we want to become Mossy? I kind of want Emu to be. I would love it if we could get Fiery on the Emu. It's probably not that. We could double the regen from the basket. The thing is, any item that isn't already doing fire, I actually would much rather have fire on it, because that will make it, that'll increase the scaling of the spice rack. So for that reason, I think I'm going to put Mossy on our noodles. Oh,
No,
right.
Nick.
Oh no, I forgot. That was a very silly thing to do. Putting Mossy on the noodles doubles the natural, because they do have natural regen. So instead of applying a regen effect that scales off the burn like it would do for any other burn item, it just doubles the regen they get if chilled, which is not... Oops.
Okay.
That
All
was
right.
a little goofy. This is great, though. We're going to get to sell a bunch of food for very, very cheap here, which is... wow. Bad gumballs, but it's going to be really good for our chocolate coins.
Yeah, Nick, I don't think selling fairies counts as food. That's why those are, I assume, like sentient beings.
There are a lot of things you can eat that are not food.
Tell you your weakness. That's for
I'm not afraid of fairies coming from someone named Samhain who's either hilarious or terrifying.
I'm not afraid of fairies because I know we're on the same. Listen, it's familiarity. Familiarity is why I'm not afraid of fairies. Do you want to? I'm just gonna plus 15% crit chance on all of our non-weapon items. Just gives us a
I've
nice
been called a fairy
baseline.
my whole life, so I assume.
Listen, a trans witch knows a fucking thing or two about fairies. Okay. Okay, this is some kind of crit based. He's also doing a crit build, but his crit build is about stabbing people in the face. It's stabbing us in the face really good. It's doing a great job.
Okay.
We got 2,000 burn on him and still lost, Amabel. That's crazy.
All right.
Look at how many skills he has.
Yeah, no, he's a little overpowered.
So we could take an upgrade on all of our non-gold items to gold, or I'm going to pull an enchantment from the pool. If we could get fiery, we did not get fiery. You know what? I'm going to choose to run a crit enchantment over. I'm going to fix this noodle debacle. I'm sorry, everybody. Now they are deadly noodles with plus 50% base crit. And so they're going to do the thing more effectively. And I feel like an idiot. Let's gamble on the dig site. We get to keep an item for free, and it could be anything, even an item with an enchantment already on it. And we're allowed to reroll any number of times, but the rerolls get progressively more expensive. The Turbo Ice Swan. Probably not the thing for our build. A Scorch Pepper is an item that gives you a heated slot. Pretty cool. Maybe a little bit late for this build. I think we've sort of found our grounding. Hey, Someone, what are you looking for? Honestly, I don't know. I'm just kind of seeing if the game wants to show us something fun. And if not, then like at some point here, we're going to bail on like, maybe I just take the hydraulic press and sell it. And we're kind of like money neutral on that. Just fishing, you know. I will take 28 more regen. 28 base regen. What does Rex do? When you use a friend, regen. When you haste, stuff gets crit chance. We do have haste. Rex, give me your skills. Let's see how a dinosaur deals with being on fire. Ooh, he's got a fiery dino disguise. Wait a minute. Is he not a dinosaur at all? Is this Race Carl? You know how Race Carl feels about you know how Race Carl feels about an outfit with a hood.
You'll be delicious.
Don't give me that. Look at him. Fucking out. Get out.
I love how much you hate Race Carl.
Fucking
So
Race Carl.
Are you getting? Do you feel you're up to the point where you want to sell your chocolate coins?
Boy, this didn't work out at all. What a bad fucking deal. Sure. Yes. Yeah, let me have a look at those. Actually, that's a good point. I'm kind of forgetting about them. So right now they would give 18% crit chance
To the leftmost item.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that's whatever item we want it to be.
Yeah.
So these two items are at good enough crit chance already. Trying to think, it's more important that the emu have good crit chance than that the Zarlik does.
Okay.
For applying its builds, but the I'm gonna let it build up more.
Okay.
All right, 2 gold and a diamond tier loot item. That's money. I was really hoping for cooldown reduction or something. Oh hey. What if there was a deadly enchant? What happens if you deadly enchant a dock line? All of your items have plus 25% crit chance. I think I'm going to deadly this. I still would really like a fiery on the emu would be the best thing we could possibly get, and so I'm trying to
I'd rather feed you than fight.
trying to let myself have that opening. All right, we are at the point now where any loss is the end of the run. So let's see. Oh, there's some big critters. Holy crow! He is going to be poisoning us very much, and also face bites. And oh my god, look at how much shield he has. Holy crap, this build is... How is he down here? How is it day 13 and this guy hasn't won out yet? So, Trap Vine. Whenever the enemy uses an item, slow them for 1 second. And whenever you slow anything, also poison. What a nightmare. This Claymore does damage based on your health, and it's just a big guy. Your flying items have double effectiveness, and when you enrage, this makes all your stuff start flying. It's a lot of Karnak. What's going on, Amabel?
Everyone I beat gets dinner on me.
Well, mostly I've been watching, the screen, the Discord screen that you're sharing with me. But I glanced over to the YouTube screen,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw the words, "This is the pre-stream. Stream starts soon."
Stream starts soon. All right. Well, a silver victory is not horrible. We did manage to complete all of our quests for the day.
That's pretty good.
So that is nice. It's nice to see. That means that we have leveled up on our prize pass a couple of times. We got a chest, and we hit level 20 on our prize pass, so we unlocked a new rug. It's a pretty cool one.
Oh.
Look at him.
Yeah.
I'll probably use that. Also, the chests we won have brought us to 10 chests. So let's pop these open and see if there's anything cool inside any of them. We got some upgraded art for a card that I didn't have the cool art for yet. Now it has little bees flying into it. That's neat. Everything else here we already had, so it has been all the rest of it has been turned into crystals for the bazaar, for purchasing things in the bazaar. I'm saving up for I don't know what. Here's the stuff that's in the bazaar. Here's a card back that's kind of neat. Maybe we could buy that.
Mm-hmm.
A rug that is...
All right.
They're really burying the lead by putting the laser eyes all the way over on the left like that. Oh. A chaos box in which to keep our gold. Yo, we're buying these. This is the thing. Oh, they're 2,000 each. There's a super dually. That's not a very exciting dually skin. Okay, it flies around. There's an album. An outfit for Jules. Like this is the bazaar. This is what the crystals are for. I think these are fucking cool. I'm gonna buy this. And then it's not gonna be too long until I can afford the chaos box too. That's what I want. Hey, Amabel.
Yeah.
That was the amount of time that it takes for the pre-stream to occur.
Right? We're doing the stream now.
Welcome to phase 2. Now for the post-stream with a 10-second stream buffer. No, Mr. Lord. That was the beginning. The beginning.
Right.
The beginning of our story.
Because what you said to me this morning
Yeah.
was, I'm going to do the pre-stream, it's going to be the bazaar, and then we're going to play a whole ass board game.
People said they wanted to see more Bazaar on the stream.
I don't appreciate that.
Listen, I don't get a lot of positive feedback, okay? So when someone gives some, it really cuts right to the heart.
I give you positive feedback all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. But, so I...
Yeah, and whenever you
okay.
say, hey, let's do a thing on the stream, we do it, right? It works.
Sometimes.
The system works.
So we're playing a board game.
So we were going to play a board game. We played this board game the other day, and I thought it was very cool, and Amabel did not think it was very cool. But it will take a long time to play, and we were in the pre-stream we were in phase 1 for a long time, which I knew we would be, and it was part of the plan. Amabel, would you rather do something else? Is that what you're saying?
No,
we could do something else.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, it's going to be another 2.5 hours, and that's fine. So everyone get a drink, stretch a little bit.
Unironically, stretch breaks and hydration are important. But yeah, listen, nobody's prisoner here. People can hang out for as much of the stream as they want to watch and then can leave. People who are fascinated by the game can enjoy the fascinating game. So we're gonna play this game for you. It's called Wondrous Creatures.
Now, are you doing a teach, or are we just hopping in?
We're gonna go and sort of do a soft teach while we're playing the first round. That was my plan.
Okay.
Are you okay? You seem to have...
Yeah, no, well, give me my choice of captains to choose, and one of them's a girl, so that's better than last time.
All right. So let me get this up on the stream here. Which of the 17 different slightly differently zoomed display captures am I using? I have so many. I think we're just going to have to kind of do it like this, honestly. because there's so much information on the screen on this one. So here we are. Is it Pogs? Is the board game Pogs? Is Pogs a board game? It's not Pogs. Is Pogs a board game?
Yes.
Okay. Amabel Holland, board game professional, says yeah. Yeah, for sure. So this is a board game about mystical creatures. Now, see, a place where I feel like they really fucked up this implementation is there's no button that like scales the art way up and makes it easier to see the wondrous creatures. But if we have a quick look at the manual here, you can see that when we talk about wondrous creatures, we're talking about fantastical. Look at this guy. Look at this kind of fellow here. We're talking about fantastical little man. Oh, let me put the backing music on. We don't need to play this game in total silence. So this is a kind of a worker placement game, kind of a tableau building game. I think it's very cool. So we're going to start by selecting a captain and a starting hand of creature cards. Y'all will not really understand what is going on during this part, and I do apologize, but it is necessary. Each time your captain is placed, activate one special effect on a habitat tile from the habitat tile pool. Or each time you're placed, gain a resource that you have the least of. And for every 3 trophies, gain... Wow, no thank you. We're going Marie, the bountiful entrepreneur, is going to be our captain. And we're going to keep some friendly dudes here. So, this is a game that is played over a variable number of rounds. There's a number of trophies here. 10, numbering 10. One of the way the game ends is the trophy stack runs out. We can earn trophies in a variety of ways, and also there are some things that will just cause trophies to be removed from the stack if we're taking too long. But the pacing mechanism of the game is all about this stack of 10 trophies running out. So we'll figure out what that means. Here we have 7 achievements that we're trying to accomplish, and whenever one of us accomplishes an achievement, they get one of the trophies. The trophies themselves are worth 3 points at the end of the game. So this is the kind of stuff that we're really trying to keep in mind. We want to get to 14 creature cards played in our little nature reserve. We want to get 10 or more of the same species, including unhatched eggs. That's a lot. Get a total of 8 or more unhatched eggs. Get 3 or 6 bird symbols in our habitat. Same thing with lizard symbols. And then here you can see there are multi-species versions of those rewards. This one counts mammals and dragons. This one counts crabs and butterflies. The butterfly one is just insects in general, right? So when we're looking at stuff to take here, we got to be thinking about like how do we meet these goals? And I do think that these cards have some obvious value, right? In that they are a thing and they also get you an egg of their same type. That'll help us hit a lot of those symbols pretty early. I'm just going to grab a lot of things of the same types. And then because Amabel goes first, we get to start with an extra food resource. And it looks to me like we're going to need some mushrooms. Okay. So Amabel has selected Helena. Helena's ability is... The game is rapidly updating, and so it's not letting me get a mouse over. Helena's ability is when your captain ability unlocks gain a net, you can place your captain on mountains at no cost. Okay. So your captain's special abilities can't be used until you get at least one scoring goal. Your captain has to level up first.
Yeah.
And the basic idea of the game is this. On each of our turns, we're going to take one main action. And then any number of bonus actions. And we're just going to go back and forth like that until the trophies run out. The most common main action is what Amabel is doing right now, where you place one of your crew members. Crew members are a little statue of a critter that takes up 2 adjacent spaces. And after you place a crew member, you get to interact with all of the habitat tiles that you are adjacent to. So Amabel put herself down adjacent to 3 different fruit habitats. And so for each of them, she may either get a fruit, which you can use to play. The foods are resources used to play cards, or she can take a card that from the display that shows the fruit habitat on it. Let me see here.
Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a card that has that this little mush middle, because this card, when I do play it, eventually, I'll get to play a card that costs 2 resources or less for free. So getting a free card out sounds rad and sick. So I'm gonna grab that guy, and then with the other 2, I'm going to grab fruit, and because I have a net, I'm going to grab this.
The use of a net is a free action. The net allows you to either grab an egg from a space adjacent to you, or use the special ability of one of the habitats that is adjacent to you. Like this fruit habitat has the ability to get an extra fruit on it. Or this one lets you take a card from the wilderness display and also remove some of the cards. And sort of like just freshen it up a little bit.
Okay, and I'm gonna take this duck hazer because when I did the thing, I did not when I picked my cards, there weren't any of these red scoring cards available. So I want to make sure I'm getting a scoring card. So I'm gonna grab that one, and that was my turn.
Yeah, so this is there's a lot going on the little components, and unfortunately, this game just doesn't really have a good way. I think we definitely want to scale up the display here. Yeah, so here we go. Go ahead.
Well, I'll say, yeah, I liked it fine. I liked it less than she did. Part of it is I won, and if I win one of these games the first time, I feel like something's wrong with the game, because usually she beats me to paste. Your turn, sweetheart.
So you can see each of the critters has the habitat that you can pull it from when you play next to the habitat, the type of critter that it is, the food cost to play it, or some number of the 4 different kinds of food to play it from your hand, and then a bottom part where you have a victory point value, some kind of ability, and the timing of that ability. So critters that have this yellow thing, their ability goes off whenever you take the recharge action. With critters with a brown bar and the little lightning bolt, their ability goes off immediately when you play them. Amabel is looking for these red scoring end of game creatures because she's trying to win the game, which I think is very cruel. Seems like a fucked up thing to do to me. So right now we have 1 of each food, 2 mushrooms. And I did that because we have a couple of cheap mushroom type critters here. But I'm thinking I'm going to choose to place a crew member. 2 of our crew members are just crew. 1 of them has our captain riding on them. Right now, the captain thing is not actually any different. But after we've earned our first achievement, the captain is the one who will have an ability. So right now we're just going to grab whoever, and we're going to play, I think, right here. Since we played on top of that egg, we gain that egg. It goes into our egg storage here. You can see eggs across the room for eggs across the top of our board. We get rewards for filling up egg storage, and then the eggs do count as symbols of the appropriate creature type. And then I am adjacent to 3 coral habitats. So I'm going to take 1 coral habitat card as my interaction with one of those 2 habitats. With the other 2, I'm just going to take food for my resource bar, because we're going to need it to play all these cards that we got here. And then we do have a net. We could use our net to scoop up another thing, and I think I will. I'm going to use my net to scoop up the egg that we are adjacent to. So these water tiles and the habitat tiles themselves, we can never play directly on them. So the only way to get the eggs that are on those tiles for the moment is to play next to them and use our net. And then because we built a second egg, we get a free, the space we just put that egg on says, take a card from the wilderness for free. And we're going to grab, I don't know, these are all kind of fine. They're all pretty whatever in my opinion. This gives you 4 points for each habitat icon set in your reserve. You know what? We'll take the solar roller. That seems like that guy's going to be worth some decent points at the end of the game. So, that's one of the actions. place crew. We each have 3 crew members, so you're gonna see a lot of that going on. The second type of action allows you to. The second thing you can do with your turn is to play 1 or 2 cards from your hand by paying their food costs, and we'll see some of that stuff go on. Amabel is continuing to grab the good locations and interact with as many habitats as possible because she is aware of how the game works. Amabel's a shark.
Let me see.
You can keep an eye on what precisely is going on if you're not seeing it happen on the board with this log on the right here. The newest action is always at the top. So Amabel just went there, interacted with all 3 habitats to just gain food because she needs food for her cards.
Yeah, I have a big move I wanted to do, and I'm just a little shy of it. So I need to get another fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I have to get another fruit. What else can I grab that's going to be... I should grab some coral. So that's what I did. And yep, that was why I did that. I'm trying to get better at this Let's Play thing.
The thing when you talk, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I am going to now play some cards. I'm going to start playing some creature cards here. Okay, so with 1 fruit, 3 coral, 1 flower, and 2 mushrooms, we can play up to 2 of the cards in our hand. I'm going to start by playing the Wizatus. It's like a cicada, but it's magic. When this thing comes into play, we gain a point. That's cool. Or we gain an egg, and the egg landed on gain a point. So, yeah. Good stuff for us. Then we're also going to play, at the cost of 2 coral, this Plantinodon, which is a cool dragon. And when it is played, I can discard a card to take 2 cards from the wilderness. We're going to discard, I think, this guy. And grab 2 cards from the supply here. I like... Each time you activate a recharge card, gain 1. Yeah, let's get Viking and discard an energy to take a card from the wilderness is pretty cool. I really like all the art on these cards. They're just like, they're just very charming. And let's grab this ham store. Welcome to the ham store, Amabel.
Welcome to the ham store.
All right. So I played some cards. We had to deal out new cards for the stuff that I took from the display. Amabel, what are you doing on your turn?
I'm going to play some creature cards. So
Okay.
I don't know if you want to center the screen on my card here.
We're watching.
All right.
You have a lot of fruit and coral.
Right. So I'm going to use 2 fruit and a flower to build Mushmadul, which immediately plays a creature card from my hand for free that costs 2 or less. So I'm playing this Drawite, which draws 3 cards from the deck, and then I discard 1. Now I have a card I can build, but in case I get a better card, I wanted to do it in this way. So what am I discarding here?
Just nudge the audio a little bit here.
I have...
Robin says, oh, 2 fruits and a flower. What a sexy moment to come in on. That is... We could rename the stream, I suppose.
All right. Yeah, so I'm going to discard Shelmet. And then I can play 1 more creature card normally, because that last one was a free play.
Yep,
and that's going to be this Duckhazer.
The Duck Kaiser. King of Ducks. Lord of Ducks.
The scoring card for instants. So maybe I'm going big on instants.
At the end of the game, get 1 point for every card that's in the instant part of your reserve. Okay, so obviously we will not be playing cards again because I kind of ran us out of resources. So let's place a crew member. Now, looking at my hand, looking at what I need to play, I need a lot of different resources. I'm going to need some mushrooms and stuff. The next space on our egg track is gain any one resource. And we need mushrooms. So I'm going to place a crew member over here by these 2 mushrooms, picking up an egg, which will immediately fill that space and get us a food of our choice, which is going to be... So I want to play you and you. So this is going to be coral. And then I'm going to take food for both of these habitats. Both of my interactions are just going to be get food. So 2 mushrooms for me.
Well, I need a place.
We're filling up our egg display very quickly.
Yeah, well, you're gonna win this time, so I'm gonna like the game better.
The entirety of the time we were playing the last game, you said that I was going to win, despite the fact that at one point you were up by like 40 points. And so, of course, each hex is exclusive, can only be, have 1 crew member in it. So as we're playing crew members to the board, we're denying our opponents access to the good locations. There's a lot of strategy to it, I think. Amabel.
Mm-hmm.
I know you love to tell people that there isn't.
Because I've never said that. No.
So I need a...
What?
I'm yelling at you, sort of incoherently.
I'm used to that.
Yeah, you should be. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to place my 3rd and final crew member right here. And we're taking food off of both of these again. So I will get a fruit and a flower. I do not currently have any nets, so that's my whole turn. So as far as getting more nets goes, there are nets on the point track every 5 points, in certain stretches of it. So as we earn more points, we'll earn more free actions. And there are a couple of other things that can give them as well. All right, so Amabel's taking the recharge action. Once all 3 of your crew members are on the board, you can choose to recharge, getting all your crew members back, but advancing the time track. And if the time track runs out to its end, it starts depleting the trophy supply, and then you have to process the instructions on whatever's on the time track. So here, this time, it added some eggs to the board.
Okay. And if I had any
and you can see
recharge
the next
cards in my reserve, I could. I don't, so I can't.
Yeah, and you can see the next space on the time track will give whoever pushes the token to it a net and the ability to sweep away the cards in the wilderness. We are also, all 3 of our dudes are out, but before we recharge, we're going to play some creature cards. So the first thing we're going to do is play this Ham Store, the Delicious Ham Store, which has a recharge ability that we're going to take advantage of. We're also going to play this Viking. So the Viking has a continuous ability that watches for whenever a recharge card gets used, and whenever that happens, I gain a VP. All right. We're setting up. Amabel, we're getting in position.
Okay.
All right. So you now have
Place a crew member.
sort of all of your stuff again and can begin the cycle anew. And that's kind of like the vibe of the game. You play out your people, you get resources, you use those resources to fill your nature reserve with crazy, fantastical critters. And then once you run out of all of your stuff, you recharge and prepare to do it again until somebody runs out all the trophies. And by somebody, I mean Amabel.
That
So
does sound like a thing I would do.
Because Amabel took back all of her people, all of the juicy spots that are adjacent to a lot of habitats are open. So it behooves me to get on having my people back as well so that we also can start to take advantage of those things. So let's go ahead and recharge, take back all 3 of our workers from the board. And then advance the time tracker. I get a net, and I get to sweep the board of the wilderness if I would like. I do. Let's just see some new stuff. It's a blizzard, like a cold lizard. A blizzard. And then all of the cards of the activate type that are in my reserve activate. This one gives me a fruit and then another fruit for every 3 trophies that I have. So, a fruit. That's fine. And my Viking gives me a point for having activated a recharge card. And you can see kind of how the game develops, right? You start to accumulate a lot of trigger conditions and animals that interact with each other in a positive way. And you build yourself a little combo board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now what do I do?
One thing we didn't talk about here is the mountainous terrain. These green tiles with the relief map on them. If any part of your crew member is on a mountain hex, you have to pay a food to place there. Not a huge cost, just something to be aware of.
Okay, I'm going to play some creature cards. I'm going to play this Platora.
Okay, so this is an energy card. You can see it gets a couple of energy tokens when she plays it, and during her turn she can spend energy to activate its ability. To add another species to this card by placing the chosen species egg on it. That's interesting.
Okay, I am going to do that. I'm going to make this also. What are we looking for? We're looking for monkeys and dragons. You're a monkey.
You're a monkey.
I'm also playing this monkey,
Okay.
which will give me mushrooms for trophies. Very similar to the card you have for.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as my card, except it gives mushroom instead of fruit.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got to build some stuff up here. So we have some pretty good sets of resources available. I personally could really use... I have a fruit and 2 mushrooms right now. So... unfortunately, the combination of resources that I would most like to get a hold of is not really available. And I blame you for this.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right? Seems prudent. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is we're going to place a crew member right here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to use one of these coral interactions to grab the swimmer
Yeah, I have my eye on that.
from the board. We're going to use the fruit interaction to gain fruit. We're going to use the other coral interaction to gain coral. And then I'm also going to net myself an egg.
See, because we're
That egg
we're
goes on
both
to gain a point.
we're both eyeing this. I think this goal with the monkey / dragon.
Maybe.
So grabbing that card was. It denies me the ability to get it on a turn that's coming up. So.
Yeah. So there's 2 spaces on each achievement card, but obviously each scoring space is only available to 1 player. So if you can get the higher value on these multi-species cards or just get there first on these single value cards, obviously that's a big deal.
Yeah. So in that case.
100 Done
Oh
says
my.
Fruit Interaction is a good alternate stream title. I appreciate that our audience is feeling comfortable.
That's pretty good. All right, that's a coral card.
So one thing I like about the game a lot is the components, and that's not the most on display here, but like the little critter tiles that represent the workers, and your like goofy looking little leader that plugs into one of them to make that your captain is like a very funny choice. The little cardboard eggs are very charming, the egg tokens, and it's just like it's neat to look at. All right, you've chosen to place a crew member.
Yeah. How do the mountains work again?
If either of the tiles you place on is a mountain, you have to pay a food. If both of the tiles you place on are a mountain, it's still only one total food.
Oh, but it does take food, not any resource, but food particularly.
Food is the only resource there is. So
Oh, okay.
a
Not a food.
a food of your choice. Coral is a food.
Let me gain.
She took the blizzard.
And then that. And then free action. I'm going to use this energy.
Oh, you're using abilities. Oh, you're gaining types, I see. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I see how it is.
No, we did not play this. We've only played this through this implementation. We don't buy a lot of board games that we haven't played before.
Yeah.
So having this online implementation helps us try it out because we're,
Oh,
poor.
but I looked at the components online because I love cute components. Because I am a goddamn child is why. So 1, 2, 3, 6, huh? It's pretty far from ideal. Apologies, I'm counting in my head.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna go get some more food. We need more food. The ways the food is sort of segregated by type is really awkward though right now. You are a monster and you have taken the only good food locations.
You're welcome.
It's hard to get right now it's really awkward to get flour and coral at the same time. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's so important to me that I'm just going to go ahead and do the horrible thing. I will pay a fruit to play on these mountains so that I can take coral and flower in the same move. Feels pretty bad. It's really a really inefficient play, but I just need certain things, you know? Certain things.
Yeah. Let's get okay, I need the flower. Get another mushmid.
You know, I'm kind of realizing I maybe didn't need to do that the way I did it. So yeah, that's a little awkward. Still a little short. I was really hoping to not be. And there's not. Oh, this is so awkward. Yeah, I misplayed for sure. All right, you'll all see why that was a misplay later. For right now, what I'm going to do is place a crew member. Yeah, I'm just going to place a crew member here. No, you know what? Let me go. Let me go here instead. It's fewer points of total thing, but I don't need a mushroom as badly as I need to take more cards off of the board. So keep in mind, like as we're picking cards and stuff, and we're deciding what eggs and resources to pick up, we're thinking about both our own progress toward the achievements, but also how we can kind of put an elbow toward the opponent. And it's not just a matter of we're competing for the same thing, so obviously it's good for me to take dragons so she don't have dragons. Keep in mind that there are 2 different scoring thresholds for the dragon card as well. So, like, even if I already am at 8 dragons, it still is beneficial to me to prevent her from reaching 5 or things like that. You know, there's some complexity to it.
So I played the Blizzard. Blizzard. I was supposed to redo my last thing, which was the draw-ite. So I'm drawing 3 cards from the deck.
And then discarding one.
And then discarding one. So let me see what my...
And that also means that, you know, we can potentially, if she beats me to low lizard to take a trophy quickly for the purpose of scoring a trophy and getting one of her markers cleared, I could still eventually get the high one. And I think it introduces an interesting question with these about, like, whether it is worth it to rush to the low number just to get a trophy fast. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That was my turn.
Okay, I am playing creature cards now. I was really hoping to do this before playing my captain. But I believe what I can do here is... Yeah, I have the resources for that. We're going to play Swimmer, which at the end of the game will give me 3 points for every card in my recharge area. And then we're also going to play these Magicatas, which get me a butterfly egg, which immediately causes me to draw a creature from the wilderness. That creature is going to be Thunderilla. Look at him. Incredible.
All right. I'm going to complete an achievement.
Yep.
At least that's one of my achievement things.
So when you complete an achievement, you pick one of the markers off of the side of your board here, and obviously you'll be getting the reward attached to it. And then you place it onto the achievement card, marking the thing that you did. So at the end of the game, this will be worth 6 points for her, but she also immediately gets a trophy. The trophy is worth 3 points as well, but it's also, you know, just depleting the trophy stack. What bonus did you take? You took get 2 resources, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
All right.
So yeah, a quick run to 3 lizards to allow you to get your captain ability unlocked. Which immediately gets you a net in your case.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Is that a thing I want to use? No. Hang on, that gives me another... Okay, yes, I'm going to use the net to activate the adjacent effect of gain a fruit.
Okay, this space right here. So you get a
Yeah.
fruit.
That's
Okay.
giving me... Yeah.
All right, now I gotta take my turn. I'm gonna do something here that is totally sensible and smart and good to do. I'm gonna choose this moment to recharge. So I advance the time tracker, reveal the time token, and this is going to put some eggs on the board. Okay, so we added some new eggs to the time tracker token had a circle on it, and so we added eggs to the spaces that have circles. Then I get to activate my recharge card, which is going to give me a fruit. And then I get a point for this guy for activating a recharge card. Having gotten to 5 victory points now, I get to place a new habitat tile onto one of the lake tiles. So I get to take one of these and then put it down in a position where it is going to now be a habitat that we can draw from. If I put it down on a place that has an egg, I get the egg as well. So looking ahead at what I need to do, I think what we're going to do is place... This is a little awkward. I think I'm going to take the coral and put it here, thus gaining me a monkey. Yep, then we draw a new habitat tile, so there's always 3 showing. Okay.
All right, I'm going to play 1 to 2 creature cards, and this is going to be pretty sick. So, first,
Okay.
I'm playing this Mushmid
Mushmid?
again, which is I have another Mushmid.
It is
And
a
so
different
let me play-
Mushmid, art-wise.
So let me play a creature card for free that has a cost of at least 2. That's going to be this Rewardino.
Reward I know, yeah. Good.
Okay, and I'm going to get
A previously earned achievement marker reward, which was, in your case, 2 resources is the one you have available. Seems pretty good.
So, yeah, and I'm going to pick mushroom and flower. Those seem harder for me to get. And then I'm going to play 1 more creature card,
Sure.
which is this very berry. The way this one works is it costs 4 fruit, but for every fruit habitat I have, the cost is reduced by 1. I have 4 fruit habitats, so this is a free
Sure.
play, and then just gives me 3 points.
Oh, it's habitats among your cards. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. Very
And
berry.
at 3 points, you place a tile on a hex.
Yep, and you just caught up and are now getting that same reward. Interesting.
Let's put mushrooms over here. 'Cause here's the thing: my captain can place on mountains for free.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm incentivized to tuck shit like behind mountains that will be annoying.
All right, I'm going to place a crew member for my turn. But see, like, this is interesting because we both now have made there be more habitats on the board, and I have 2 placements before you can have any placements. So, like, I'm getting to play in a place where there are 4 adjacent habitats for the first time in the game because you're going to have to recharge before you can put anything down.
Right.
I'm going to spend a mushroom to allow myself to play on these mountains. And we're going to get some stuff here for sure. So I need to take a fruit for sure. I need to take... I need to take mushroom to replace the mushroom I spent. I'm going to want to take a coral. But then I think instead of the additional fruit, I think I might be grabbing a card. Maybe. Yeah, let me take... Yeah, let me take this Griffling. And then I also have a net... Choose 1 card from your hand and pay its cost to play it to the reserve immediately. That's kind of neat. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend my net to grab this effect. No, wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not ready to do that thing at all, actually. I'm going to end my turn. I forgot. I'm not ready to do that. Okay, so you have to
Well,
take your
I
turn.
can only recharge.
Yeah, this is recharge times for you, for sure.
Yeah, I'll sweep all slots.
Made sure to grab my card before it got vanished. I do just like I love the fantasy creatures too. I just love a weird little dude. You know?
Activate my recharge card. And I confirm.
Okay, I'm gonna place a crew member. My non-captain crew member goes here. We are going to for sure get a fruit and a flower, and I am gonna net the egg, causing me to gain a resource of my choice, which is gonna be mushroom. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna place a crew member, and I'm gonna place it here to grab this egg,
Yeah.
and then free action grab the other egg. Wait. Oh, gain one. Okay, hang on. Let me do my egg storage.
Yeah,
thing.
you have
Right,
to.
right.
You earned a free resource. You have to take that before you're allowed to do other stuff.
Okay.
Weird question. What does the game represent? Fantastical creatures with leaders in crews. What we're doing is we are building our own fantastical nature reserves. So basically, we are pillaging this island for fantastical creatures, and then trying to establish our own reserve that will be, prestigious, and people will come there and pay us money to see it. So that's not entirely innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick says, I think you're stuffing them in a zoo, basically. Yeah, basically that. Yeah.
All right. That was me.
All right. I'm going to choose to play creature cards. So I was slow rolling a little bit because I wanted to make sure I got this guy down before I did any achievements. A creature card that gives me 2 points every time I gain a trophy. And then we're also going to play. Let me see here. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. We're also going to play the Newt Tyrant. New Tyrant. Same as the old Tyrant, really. A card that at the end of the game will score me a point for every dragon symbol in my reserve. And I confirm my turn.
Wait, what achievement do I... Oh, okay.
So what's up, Amabel?
Yeah, you know what? I am gonna complete an achievement.
Okay.
Even though, yeah. And I'm gonna do the one that lets me take 2 cards from the wilderness.
Okay.
Draw 2 teacher cards from the wilderness, and I'm gonna draw looks spicy here. Nice and cheap.
So why did you choose to accomplish that achievement?
Because I could, and I don't really have interest in going higher on that one.
You don't think you're going to 8 of those?
I don't think I'm going to 8 of the. Yeah.
Okay. So note, when you use
Um,
an egg in the accomplishment of an achievement, it hatches the egg, and the egg is no longer considered to be providing that symbol. There are ways to flip eggs back over to their unhatched side.
Okay. Yeah, that might have been an error, but you know, I'm playing in the space.
Okay. So yeah, I will say that. So I don't know if you're paying attention, but I am now at 8 of that thing.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe you tapped out on that because you saw that it was.
You know what? I did not see that necessarily.
Okay. So I'm definitely going to complete an achievement, but I'm a little unsure of how I want to approach this because I have a lot of symbols of both. I have 8 symbols of mammal dragon, and I also have 8 symbols of insect crab. But I also have 8 eggs, and in any of these cases, the eggs that are used to count toward the achievement will hatch, and so they won't be countable toward other achievements.
Hmm.
And so I'm kind of wondering if I should just take the 8 here, because this one is worth more points than the other 2, and then try to unflip the bits where it matters later.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, you're not super competitive on any of these things, so it's hard for me to know exactly what's.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take the 8 egg bit, and I'm going to do it with the achievement token that gets me. Do I want more resources? I kind of need more cards, honestly. Yeah, I kind of just need more cards. 10 or more of the same species icon. That's large. So that's a tough one. Some of these achievements we got are really actually pretty rough this time. I think I am going to grab 2 cards from the wilderness. My wilderness token thing. That hatches all of my eggs. All 8 of my eggs are used for that thing. And anytime you get one of your achievement rewards, you can forego it to just gain 2 points. I definitely want the 2 cards. We need the 2 cards. So let's grab. I think I'm going to take the Cryodon and the Eucalord. Oh, clicked on the Eucalord too quickly and the game yelled at me. Server is mad. And then I gain 2 points for taking a trophy from my Thunderilla. And we're down to 7 trophies all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that. But I'm gonna play Screw Member.
Okay. And this is one of those games, where like it is the case in a lot of this kind of board game where it's like there's no progress on the thing that marks the game pace, and then all of a sudden it all happens at once.
And I'm just gonna get some fruit. I'm out of fruit.
Yep.
Also out of coral. So I'm just grabbing a bunch of fruit and coral.
Yeah, you need food. Critters need food in the habitat. All right, so I have no nets. The next time we're going to earn a net is here. So we're not too many points away from it, in theory. So what I need is available, thankfully. So now that I have an achievement, when I play my leader, I can activate an effect on one of the 3 habitat tiles in the waiting habitat tile pool.
Mm-hmm.
So I could draw 2 cards with the creature deck. I could gain a random egg. I could flip up to 2 eggs in my reserve. What we're going to do here is definitely place my captain here, where I can gain some fruit. I am going to activate the effect on the flip 2 eggs tile. And I'm going to flip over this egg and this egg, monkey and lizard. Or, sorry, dragon and mammal. And then I think we're just going to take 3 food. I think I desperately need a huge amount of food. I need 2 food for sure. And then, do I want to grab another, or would I rather grab a card? No, I want another food. I just need a huge amount of food. All right, look at all that fruit.
All right, I'm going to play 1 to 2 creatures. I'm going to start by
Okay.
playing this Nidmite, which I can discard a card to gain 2 eggs of that species. And I'm discarding this monkey card to
Okay,
get 2 monkey eggs.
nice.
It's weird that that's a species.
Well, it's
Don't-
mammals.
don't-
Mammals.
Um,
The card you discarded was the Elefarm, which is seen here, mauling a
creature
tree
from
for some
the
reason.
Wilderness. I'm gonna draw a creature from the wilderness. It's gonna be this one. Sure, and I can play a creature card, which I think is going to be. Oh, that flips up to 2. Well, hang on. If I flip the 2 cards. Oh, okay.
Just going in this
No,
hand,
let's-
folks.
I'm sorry. Let's Naitogu. I'm gonna sweep.
Nightog. You know, like a tongue or a rogue.
3 leftmost slots. And then
Then you get to take 1 card. Starting to see some more of these energy cards come up, which is nice.
for insect in your I'll just grab that one. Okay. I grab the Feoxy.
Oh. Look at this chubby little... Oh, man, I really wish they would let us blow the art up better. This is a winner right here. I'm going to complete an achievement. Now that I've flipped these eggs back over, I am at 8 mammal or dragon symbols. And so we're going to take that. And we're going to get 2 resources as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hatch the dragon egg as I need 1. I need 1 symbol. I have 7 symbols on my animals. I need 1 egg. And then we're going to gain 2 food. That food is going to be a fruit and a coral. And I get a trophy, and I get 2 VPs from my Thunderilla, who's doing incredible work right now. I have pushed myself now to the threshold where I've gained a net. And so I could perform a net action here. I don't think that I will do that. Confirm.
Well, I also can complete the other part of the achievement.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna do that.
I saw you approaching, and I was like, I need to make sure I slam this now.
Yeah, no, that's
Because with the 2 mammal eggs, you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 symbols
I'd
for that.
I think I had 7.
Oh yeah, you have another relevant egg too. Yeah. So yeah,
yeah,
that was getting a little scary. to 5 trophies remaining.
Free actions. I don't really. Thinking the free actions are good for me right now. Confirm.
Okay, we're definitely playing creature cards. I have saved up some money. Some money? And by money I mean fruit. I needed 5 fruits to make this play. So we're gonna play a Yucca Lord into my recharge area. And then we're also going to play a Cryodon into my recharge area. And the benefit of having done all these things is that now every time I recharge, I get a bunch of food, so I don't have to take so many food actions. And I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I want to do anything else. I'm good.
Let's see. How much do I? It's one.
So you have 1 worker left, and it is your boss.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be placing my worker. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm placing my worker. You know.
Yeah. And your ability is just that it doesn't cost you to play on mountains.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple of pretty juicy spots available.
What's my next egg? Next egg bonus is gain a resource. Okay.
Yep.
So actually, that's.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It is pretty good. It's just It's just the thing I actually need is fruit. So I'll get a fruit. Okay. So hang on. Let's fruit this mushroom. Yeah, all right. Let's
5 trophies remain.
How many nuts do I have? Okay. So hang on.
So I'm trying to figure out here, like what are the 5 achievements that I see getting fulfilled? Okay, so she's played adjacent to the net terrain, the net what's the word, habitat tile here, which gets you a net, and if you use its special ability, also gets you 3 VPs. She's going to use a net to steal that egg instead, because eggs. Because who doesn't
Well,
love
I'm going
eggs?
to use my net and then. Yeah, but I need some nets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't?
And then let me get another mushroom. All right.
I was really hoping I'd figure out a way to get another achievement finished. Because all 3 of my guys who generate resources generate an extra resource for every 3 trophies you have, and I have 2 trophies. I'm just like, I don't think there's anything I can do. Yeah, so recharge turn. Take back all of our crew members. And then I will reveal a time token, throw some new eggs on the board. And I get to activate the cards in my refuge. So, we definitely need food. And remember, I'm getting a point for each one of these that I activate, thanks to Vixie over here. We're definitely taking a coral. And then this one actually lets me choose. No, sorry, it does not let me choose. It lets me get the one I have the least of. So it is flower. Flower's good. Actually, flower is the thing I need. Okay. It's nice to get
Playing
points
a
for
creature
passing the
card.
turn like that.
I'm playing a Swampus. I examine the top 3 creature cards of the deck, and I keep one.
I do not like fish with arms. Fish with arms is maybe one of my least favorite kinds of thing.
Okay, I'm keeping this card, and I get 2 points because there was 2 points on the card.
Okay. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to place a crew member. I'm going to go ahead and make it my captain. We're going to do that right now. Just get the ability done. I'm going to place so as to get this egg. Love a good mammal egg. We're going to activate the same tile from the special token supply that we activated before to turn some stuff face up. It's going to be a couple of insect eggs. Then I'm going to, with the mushroom interaction, grab a mushroom card from the display. And with the coral interactions, let's grab a pondire and also a coral. And then I think I'm good.
Okay, and all I can do is recharge, so I'm gonna...
Jump press is pretty cute.
Sweep the wilderness.
Oh no! My adorable jump press.
We do my charge ability, which should give me a couple mushrooms. And that was my turn.
Okay. Well, that changes some things. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a crew member. We're going to this area. I'm going to pay... I'm going to pay fruit, I think, to play here. For the fruit interaction, I'm going to take the Dracugar from the display. For the mushroom interactions, we're getting Adele. We're getting 2 mushrooms. And I'm also definitely going to use a net to flip 2 eggs. We're going to flip over a butterfly and a crab. Confirm.
Okay. So what do I need here? I have all the I have 5 mushrooms, so I'm good for mushrooms.
Yeah, you are
trying to
definitely
figure out
good at
what resource-
playing some swampy creatures. I'm trying real hard here to get... Like, it seems to me like you've sort of hit... I don't want to give away too much about what I'm trying to do here, but I think it would be good for me if the game was not super a lot longer.
Yeah, yeah.
So I am trying to figure out how I'm gonna leech a bunch of trophies out of the pool really fast. Unfortunately, in 2-player, you do have a limited supply of things you can do about this. It is worth noting that there is a point threshold at which you just take a trophy off of the stack. So I can. It's a distance.
Yeah. Okay. And it's hard for me to talk through what I'm trying to do because then you know what cards when I'm going.
Yeah. I mean, like, we all see this. We all see this and how that's going. So that's a concern.
I don't know what you're pointing at, but
No, of course not. Of course not. I'm sure you have no idea. This one is definitely I'm less concerned about. But one thing somebody could do if they were interested in trying to push the game is try to be very efficient with their plays to like do recharge cycles as fast as possible to push the time track over to the end.
Can you remind me here? The net will only activate like an effect. Like there's a tile here, a blue coral tile in like towards the top right that doesn't have a little effect on it. So that one, and that doesn't do anything. It doesn't give me another coral or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
The net allows you to activate the special ability of a tile that you are adjacent to. Some habitat tiles just don't have special abilities. Right, what if The Little Mermaid was by Lin-Manuel Miranda? What is going on in chat? The moment we stop paying attention, the place catches fire.
Chat is... Okay, yeah, so actually there's no way for me to do this that doesn't take 2 moves. And that sucks very much. I don't like that.
I'm sorry. Not, a lot, but...
Right. But somewhat sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry because I love you.
Right.
One thing that I have not given myself a lot of is, like, I don't have any of these, like, energy... I don't have any abilities. I'm very stuck to the main actions of the game. That was not true last time, and it felt nice to be able to do things,
I have 2 nets, right? I have 1 net. Oh, I used one of my nets already. Oh, okay. Well, undo that terrible move. Don't go there.
You tell him, Amabel. Yeah, this board definitely has one food type that feels a little bit like the shitty one. Unfortunately. Just the one that is not buy anything and
Oh, no, hang on. What if I what if I do that to play that and then No, okay. I'm sorry this is taking so long. And I'm gonna doing like the dumbest little thing.
all right.
So
I mean, that's a strong position. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
the fruit.
So you gain fruit.
Mushroom. And coral. And then if I did...
Okay, so 4 food gathered. Also a net. Choose a card from your hand and pay its cost to play it. Wow, you have a lot of cards.
I do...
The Fioxy. Discard 1 energy to activate 1 recharge card in your reserve. Oh, that's neat. That's a cool one.
Sure, why not? Okay.
All right, so unfortunately, I'm going to kind of put myself in a weird spot here. I think the thing to do is to... Yeah, there's no clean way to do this. So I'm playing my last crew member for sure. I don't need to do that. All of the tiles that give free resources when you use your net are in weird places that make them hard to work with. So I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna play here. I'm going to grab flower, and then as the fruit interaction, I'm gonna take this Starbeak out of the row, and I'm not gonna use my net. What on earth is that thing supposed to be? A Gurachino? Some kind of swamp crustacean. But it's just it's just an eye. It's just a shell and an eye and goop. Also check out the Ho Flora here, which is a butterfly that has disguised itself fully as a flowering plant. One of those little wrap-up proboscises. It's pretty neat. Don't you think so, Amabel?
Yeah.
Good. Good. It's good that you think so.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab coral and coral and flower and my free action. Okay. Oh no, I can't do that. Never mind. Confirm. Okay.
Okay. So
I got some resources.
I'm in a situation here where it makes a lot of sense to recharge. One thing we haven't talked about yet is that if you recharge with more than 5 cards in your hand, you have to discard down to 5. So I would prefer to play some creatures before doing so, obviously. That said, I don't really have... Now, you know what? I think for the sake of efficiency, I do kind of just need to go. Yeah, I think so. We're just going to discard some cards. Because I'll be in a really good place to play stuff after my recharge. All right, new eggs on the board. I gained a net. Hooray. I got a discard 2. I believe it's going to be this fellow. And as much as I've been sitting on this guy, he's really good too. He has good points. we'll discard these two. Hold on to a couple of decent cards. And then I get to activate my stuff. So first of all, we're going to take food of the type I have least of. Then we're going to take fruit. The server's going to squawk at me because I pressed the button slightly too early. Then we're going to take a coral. There's little drip feed of points. It's very nice. And there's my recharge.
I'm gonna play 1 to 2 creatures.
I wish you wouldn't.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes here. So first, I'm going to flip up to 1 to 2 eggs. I actually don't have any I can flip. That's very sad.
You
No, I can go flip one. Oh, I can flip these back. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Usually flip is used to flip them to the unhatched side. Get you back some symbols.
All right. Okay. And then I can play another creature card, which is going to be the Coelacanth, which is me activate a special effect icon on a coral thing. And while I wish I had the resources to play another card, which would make that one real nice,
Yeah.
it's just going to be sweep and take a card from the wilderness.
Okay.
So sweep, and let's see what we got. Two points per mushroom habitat icon in your reserve. Do I have? How am I doing with that? Not great, actually. That's a no-go. Activate a recharge card in your reserve. Gain an egg of a species. When recharging, draw 1 card. Then gain its habitat as a resource. Activating a mushroom special effect icon. All right, let me grab that one actually. Free actions. Do I have a net? Okay, well hang on. Yeah, free actions. I'm gonna use a net to do the play card from hand and play it for its cost to play the card I just grabbed.
Okay.
Just let me activate an icon on a
Mushroom.
mushroom.
The Gurachino. Gross as hell.
And I'm going to flip 2 eggs in my reserve. I have another free action. What?
If you
All
want.
right, hang on. What do I have? I have the energy. Right. So I could
Don't worry, y'all. We'll
use
get to
it.
play sometime. Eventually. Maybe this year.
Hey, be nice to me. I'm trying my best.
I didn't say anything to you. I'm not talking to you. Don't listen in on my private conversations with chat. My esteemed colleagues over here in the chat.
Wait, activate a card in my reserve. Right. All right. Give me some more mushroom, I guess. Confirm. I'm sorry that took so long. It was a pretty good turn for me.
So at the end, you just like took mushroom for no. You don't have to do a thing just because you can do it.
What if I had plans for that mushroom? Who knows? Who knows what I have planned?
I mean, it would seem like you could worry about it later. All right, so
Art, you being nice to me.
why would I be nice to you? All right, we're going to wish I had even more resources. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm just gonna like sit here and wish. I'm gonna play some creature cards. Let's get some dudes on the table. So I'm going to start by I'm trying to figure out a way to like be tricky about this. I don't know what I want. Whatever. I'm not gonna be tricky about this. I'm just gonna play a Dracugar. And then also a Gemantis. What if it was a Mantis, but it was made of gems?
This next turn of mine will be much easier. I'm completing an achievement
Okay.
for 15 points.
Yep. Unfortunately, we did not get there quickly enough. You played an awful lot of cards, and you played a lot of cards with instant benefits, and used that to gain speed very effectively. And your Duck Kaiser is going to be well scored.
Yeah, I'm going to get the max score on that, I think. Okay. Right. Okay.
So that makes 4 trophies. 4 trophies remain.
Confirm.
Confirm. All right, I'm going to complete an achievement of my own self.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the achievement for 10 of the same symbol.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the achievement marker that lets me fire one of my recharge cards. So I do have 10 mammal. It requires me to use 2 eggs for that, so those eggs hatch. And I will now activate the cards in my reserve. My recharge cards in my reserve, that is. So we're going to take... we're going to take the lowest. I'm going to recharge low resources. That's going to be fruit. And then I'm going to recharge fruit again. And then I'm going to obviously get some coral, because this card says get coral. All right, we get a trophy. We get some points. Confirm.
Yeah, you're winning. You're going to win.
I do feel like I'm doing pretty well overall. You have a terrifying number of dudes, and you've gotten a lot of benefits, but I have played a lot of endgame scoring cards that are going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, I've gotten hardly any of the endgame scoring cards, and that's trouble for me. Okay, free action. Let's get this
Using nets to flip one of your eggs back over.
yeah. I think that's... Oh, hang on. Free action. Use this to gain this symbol. Okay.
All right, I'm going to complete an achievement. I have so many butterfly/crab symbols. I can hardly even tell you. We'll use the achievement marker that gives 3 points. I do have to hatch 3 of my eggs to complete this, so we'll hatch crab and 2 insect. And I will choose to gain 3 points instead of foregoing that to gain 2 points. This pushes me over the ability to play a new habitat tile onto a lake. I'm going to choose to play this here. So I will get bird egg, and I will add that to the board in that location. And we deal a new tile off the stack. Okay. And I get a trophy, and I get 2 points.
Okay.
I would have done those in the other order if I had understood something about the way the timing worked. Because I should have gotten more resources than I got when I fired all my recharge creatures.
Oh, you put the tile right. I should have seen that you did that. Well, that's... You know, that's all right.
Yeah.
Because I can net it.
Hey, listen, you can do whatever you want. I believe in you.
Okay.
All right, it is time for placing a crew member. Would you believe it? We're going to go captain mode here. And I'm going to get... Let's see, I need... Yeah, we're going to go here. I'm going to activate the same tile from the special pool that I activated before. And I'm going to unhatch my 2 mammal eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to grab mushroom. We're going to use a net to also grab mushroom from that tile. And I think... I think we're going to grab just raw resources here. I just need food for my animals. Fruit and flour, and I am going to also free action. I'm going to spend a second net to take the special action on this thing, which is just it's get an egg. You know what? I'm gonna take the lizard egg off the board instead. So that gets me 2 points, pushes me across the threshold of grab a trophy, grabbing me the last trophy, and also getting me some points. This is my last turn. All the trophies have been depleted.
So I can't claim a achievement now, or I can. I can.
You just can't get a trophy.
All right.
You can still put a
Yeah.
marker on the card.
And that's 9 points. It seems.
Yeah.
But gain 2 more points on top of that seems like a better deal at this point.
Gain no trophies, as
Free
no
action.
trophies are left.
Free actions.
So, like I said, this is what happens. The trophies, the last 5 trophies disappear in the course of 10 seconds, and all of a sudden the game is over. So after somebody takes the last trophy, each other player gets 1 turn. Amabel is currently playing her final turn and now receiving her final scoring stuff. My Dracugar scored me a full 10 points. Pretty grand.
Yeah, no, you won by quite a bit. Congratulations.
So we can see here, let me, hold on. Yay, the first time I've won Wondrous Creatures, because Amabel kicked my butt last time.
I won by like 10 points last time. That's not kicking your butt.
It was 13. So, Thunderilla did good work. I managed to get 5 trophies with under the watchful eye of a Thunderilla. But I was also able to score a point for each dragon and a point for each mammal and a point for each insect symbol. And I was able to go so deep on those things. You know, but I was able to play so many double symbol or like card of that symbol plus get an egg of that symbol.
Yeah.
And while I did not get as many recharge abilities as I would have liked, as many abilities in general, I have no energy cards. Getting food on every recharge It's pretty spectacular. Just efficiency, you know? Check out this.
Yeah.
Check out the Aromali. Look at this cute little guy. The art on these cards is so delightful to me. Nick says, SB has tattooed the score of every game she has lost. I mean,
There's no tattoos.
effectively. I would like to get a bunch of tattoos, but hopefully we will tattoo things that we love and are happy about instead of ongoing memories of my failures. Those are tattooed on my soul.
We're going into the post stream.
Amabel's trying to rush me along here. She wants to.
I'm not trying to rush you along. It's just what I'm going to ask for you to do while we're doing the post stream is
all this stuff.
okay. But while you're doing that, can you give me a number between 1 and 720?
Sure. So I had another thing I had to put in the thumbnail. All right. Okay. I see how it is. Yeah. Let me take us back to the gas cave here. We're just gonna pull out my 723-sided die real quick. And Amabel, I have to ask you, what if that number were, say, 399?
All right. Well, then let me.
I guess I could have rolled a die on my desk for verisimilitude.
Oh, this sucks, but that's all right. We're gonna commit to it.
All right.
Let me just grab the. This is the problem with video games: is that sometimes video games are about sports.
A classic problem.
And then let me stream. Where is it?
So we're going to be doing phase 3 in just a second here when Amabel gets her shit together.
Is this? There you go.
EA Sports, I'll have you know. It's in the game. Hey, your camera's on, by the way.
Oh. Hi, everybody. Let me.
I mean, you can leave it on. All right, Amabel's going to kick some ass at NHL 95, playing her favorite National Hockey League team.
Are you? You're
from
not getting
1995.
any audio, are you?
I'm not getting any audio.
All right.
You're not sending any audio. That was your decision. There we go. Robin says in all caps, "Get your shit together, Amabel. Come on now."
Why aren't the keys working? Okay.
Oh shit, it's John Schrader. Amabel, who's your favorite hockey team?
My favorite what?
Hockey team. What do you mean?
I don't know. I guess the Red Wings.
What would I be asking you? Yeah, so we come from Michigan. We come from a state that I would often say is at least half Canadian, and
yeah.
The people here do take hockey real seriously. I don't personally, but it is a little bit impossible to not feel at least, kind of aware. More so than for the other sports teams, I think.
So what's the thing that you love?
As a person who is not like into sports, my experience of living in Southeast Detroit has been that everybody's really proud of the hockey team. The Red Wings are inescapable, especially when they're doing well. Everybody has this sort of like chagrin and shame every time the Lions come up.
Yeah.
Our football team is just understood that they are an embarrassment. But yeah, so this is the thing, the phase 3. Welcome to phase 3, everybody. This is the phase where we talk about things we loved, things we enjoyed in the past week. Just try to share, with other people, things that other people might also love. Amabel.
Yeah.
Aside from NHL 95, which we all know is your favorite video game, did you have any stuff that you wanted to share with the class this week?
I saw a music video that I really enjoyed. So something you probably won't surprise you is that one of my favorite bands when I was a kid in the 80s, like I had all their cassettes and then all their CDs, was The Art of Noise.
Okay.
And so I recently saw the music video for "Moments in Love," their hit song, which is a 10-minute song, but has a 4.5-minute music video.
Sure, a radio edit sort of situation.
Yeah. Uh, the video is fun. It has ice skating. It has tortoises. It has a man licking his own mustache.
Okay.
What else would you want from a music video?
And all of it's very
I'm gonna
topical.
recommend-
That's icing. What are you doing?
I don't know what icing means.
You can't just dump the puck down the thing like that.
So
gotta,
I'm
like-
gonna recommend the music video for "Moments in Love" by The Art of Noise.
You gotta like pass it to some. I don't know anything about hockey.
I don't understand. I don't understand how the buttons I'm pushing relates to anything on the screen. I don't understand who I'm moving, who I am. I guess I'm the star man.
when you have you're the one with the star under you. When you have the puck, one of the buttons will be shoot and one of them will be pass. And when you don't have the puck, the pass button will instead switch which guy you are. That's pretty universal sports game of this period.
Okay, well I don't care for that.
Yeah, so you can try to be a player who's closer to the action if you get left behind or something. It's a hockey game, so
Oh.
the shoot button probably still sets you up to shoot, even if you don't have the puck, so that you can do one-timers.
All right. What did you love this week?
Fake Alex Blue says, I have become rather fond of Strange Eons, Tumblr / something awful historical video essays on YouTube. I have been watching Strange Eons for years and years. Yeah, she does some really good internet historical. There's not a lot of people who are trying to preserve the history of certain kinds of events and things, and she really puts in the work. Sometimes she gets maybe a little gonzo with it here and there. The whole Muppet Joker thing was, whatever. But I guess it's funny to use the word gonzo in that context. But you know what I mean, in a Hunter S. Thompson sort of way. But yeah, Strange Eons is definitely worth checking out. Definitely a lot of fascinating information about things on the internet. In particular, she's been doing a lot of deep dives into happenings on the Something Awful forum that are not well recorded elsewhere, but that are of course well known to goons. And I think that's valuable internet historian type work. Valuable archivism. For me, I had a couple of things. For one, neither of these are new things, but they're just hey, remember I recommended this earlier, and it's actually still kicking ass. I want to take a moment to re-recommend Widow's Bay, which is I believe it's an Apple TV show. There are now 4 episodes of it out. It's it's released once a week, and it is sort of it's a horror series. But it's a comedy series. It's a horror comedy. The horror comedy, unfortunately, is a weird, a kind of a weird genre. I feel like where the way people approach, there are a lot of different approaches to horror comedy, and some of them are really annoying. But Widow's Bay is definitely leaning heavily on the horror side, in my opinion. You were viscerally upset by the last episode. The most
Yeah,
recent.
it's extremely upsetting and in a good way, but it's good horror and it's good I was trying to explain why it felt, because there's been horror throughout, but it definitely had more of the emotional experience of horror for me, of the kind of scraping of my insides, and it's good. I recommend it also.
Yeah, Widow's Bay, huge recommendation. It was good when it started. It is getting so good. I'm very excited to see what they do with it and where they take it. I also had a second thing, and I am now blanking on what the second thing was. Oh, Lily Alexandra released a new video essay. Watch it on Nebula, of course, if you can. But it is on YouTube as well. About it's titled "Why Can't Cameras See Birds" or something like that, and I just Lily Alexandra is absolutely top tier for me, one of the best to ever do it, and this video, which is not really about cameras or birds, as you might imagine, maybe it's just because it's sort of coincidentally for me, it's in line with a lot of things that I have been sort of mulling over lately. But yeah, I think this is some of her best work. If you're unfamiliar and you want something else to get into, another recommendation, her video about the first kiss ever captured on film
Is real good.
is
Yeah.
extraordinary. Yeah.
Especially the Nebula version. I feel like the YouTube cut.
Yes, the Nebula. That's one where I really would strongly recommend. You gotta get on Nebula, because the video clips that are involved in the thing contain a non-zero amount of nudity, and the YouTube version has had to be chopped all to hell, as you might imagine, to get around that. So
I'm really bad at video hockey.
I'm shocked by that. Nick says the Arkham Horror LCG. Thumbs up on that. I've heard good things. I'm not super familiar with the whole Arkham Horror deal. I used to play the Call of Cthulhu card game. Sort of a non sequitur, I guess. But that was cool. That was a fun game.
How do I punch people?
Yeah, there's definitely a button for check.
I want the punch. I want the blood.
Yeah, that's
The whole point of
checking.
hockey.
Checking people is hitting them. Check means hit. In hockey parlance.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like you're
How-
doing it. People are laying down on the ice.
How do I do the flying V?
You can't do the flying V.
Does a flying V work in hockey?
The flying V.
Is that a
The flying V is too difficult. It requires too much discipline. It could never be executed except by a group of unruly 10-year-olds. I was never clear, so I never played hockey myself. I should not be on skates. But
no?
it was never clear to me why the flying V was supposed to have any effect at all. To just like have all the guys in the same position on the ice, moving in the same direction at the same speed.
It sounds incredibly bad.
Yeah, doesn't that
Really
really like destroy your defense and your coverage? And like there's 5 of them now, but only one of them can shoot, and the goalie, you're all in the same place, so the goalie knows what direction the puck's going from. I don't know. Absolutely mystifying.
Okay, so I finally figured out which button was the shoot button instead of the pass button. So
Christian Johansson says, I loved Frugit, a honky musician that writes songs about a black cat in horny double entendre. So I am wondering if you meant honky, like a honky tonk kind of musician. I don't know if English is your first language, but in English, honky by itself is kind of a racial slur. It's not like it's a negative term for white people, so it kind of doesn't really have any sting. Like nobody's actually going to be harmed if you call them a honky. It's funny more than anything. But
how long is there are 3 halves in hockey? That's crazy.
There are 3 periods. They're called periods, and they are a third of the game. Yes, but it's just very funny to describe someone as a honky musician. Listen, some of my best friends are honky musicians. Yeah, not your first language. That's no surprise, no worries. Again, it is not a word that carries any kind of damaging power. You cannot hurt a white person by saying the word honky to them. A saxophone, okay. So Frugit, a saxophone musician who writes songs about a black cat. That sounds rad. I guess bringing up music, I guess I will recommend one more thing. So I have been a little bit into this musical duo called Yorushika, because we have some of their songs on our open source rock band clone, and I was like, yeah, these rule. It's like a weird, it's a Vocaloid producer and then a woman that he hired. He was trying to do the Vocaloid thing and have the software do all the singing. and he was like, actually, this shit sucks. There's no soul in a Vocaloid. So he hired a human woman to take over the singing parts, thus kind of undoing all the Vocaloid aspect of it. But the music's good. And they released a music video for a song called Bubble recently. That I would definitely recommend. It's a good video. It's a fun video to watch, but also it's a fucking great song. I think maybe gets a little overshadowed by the fact that the video is kind of a cool, goofy thing. Like, that song is so good. It really gets at kind of like what I'm into about their whole thing. I can probably drop a link in the chat because it is not in any kind of searchable English as far as I'm aware. Yoru shika baboru. And if you type Yorishika Bubble into the thing, it comes up, but I also will link. Yeah, I think this is cool, and their songs are fun to play on the open source rock band of your choice. We've been playing Yarg, and it's good. Yarg is fun. Oh, your goalie's on top of it, doing work.
I see that. Okay.
So part of the problem you're having is that you keep getting the puck and then you immediately fling it down to the other end of the rink.
I'm trying to do that less.
And then when you do that, it gives them control of the puck. Nice. You see that guy get checked? There's the hitting we're looking for. That's kind of strategy.
Man, I suck at hockey. So I think that's it for today's stream. I think this was a good stream.
Yeah, I hope that people enjoyed it. I hope people enjoyed the Bazaar. I would like to do Bazaar runs on the streams and stuff more often. Maybe just jump on here and there for an impromptu run, because I am playing it every day, but they can be a little long. They can run a little long.
Yeah, they feel to me more like this is not a criticism.
It is.
They feel to me more like a
this is not a criticism. This is not a criticism shirt is how people asking a lot of questions.
They feel to me more like a phase 2 than a phase 1, but I think it worked out really well here.
It was a very relaxed sort of vibe today. You were losing
more points than anyone has ever scored in hockey in a game. This is terrible.
You are losing badly. Okay, well, this was your idea, so I do agree with Amabel. That's going to be the end of that. Thank you all so much for hanging out, for seeing things, for sharing things. Listen, okay, Fake Alex Blue says the Bazaar is a main course, not an appetizer. Sometimes you have to have 2 main courses. I'm an American. I'm an expert on this. Just believe me. Sometimes you have to have a normal sized main course to prep yourself as sort of a warm up for then an extra large main course.
So go out, everyone. Find things to love. And then bring them back to us.
I was wondering how long you were just going to let that sit. It was a beautiful moment. Yeah. Take the desire for love out into the world. There's going to come a time. There's going to come a moment in your life when you look at the amount of time you have left and you realize, I wish I had spent more time loving the things that I can love and less time doing all of the things that aren't that. So do future you a favor and go fucking love something. Bring the intent, and then, come back to us next week and tell us what it was and how it went. Maybe some of us can love it too. And we'll see you then. Peace.